Stare at the screen. It's been months of this hell. Red candles burning like a story I can't tell. Bottom at the top, chase the moonshot dream. Now it's crashing down, ripping at the seam. Every headline screams adoption's on the way, legislation coming, but not today. And everything I can't forget, the highs that felt like heaven's bed, the lows that drag me to my knees. I'm holding on but barely breathe. Bleeding red, it's all I see. Portfolio dying in front of me. Hope for the flip, the global shift, but right now it's pain, no easy live. Bleeding red through the winter's bite, holding tight through the endless night. Adoption whispers, laws on the line, but the market's cruel, stealing my time. Friends sold out early, called it a scam. I'm still in the trenches, diamond hands jam. The leveraging hits, outflows draining the pool. ETFs bleeding billions, feeling like a fool. X feeds full of rage, nothing burger calls. White House talks, but the price still falls. And everything I can't escape, the fear that grips, the doubt that shapes, the scars from rugs, the wipes that sting. I'm broken down, but still clinging. Bleeding red, it's all I see. Portfolio dying in front of me. Hope for the flip, the global shift, but right now it's pain, no easy live. Bleeding red through the winter's bite, holding tight through the endless night. Adoption whispers, laws on the line, but the market's cruel, stealing my time. Doing gristle. Why does it hurt like this every single day? 60K support, cracking, fading away. They say institutions coming, bulls on the rise, but I'm drowning in red under stormy skies. One more halving, one more bill passed. Maybe then the pain will fade at last. But for now I'm screaming inside, still holding on for the other side. Bleeding red, it's all I see. Portfolio dying, but I won't flee. Hope for the flip, the global shift. Gonna make it through, gonna live. Bleeding red, but I won't break through the winter for heaven's sake. Adoption's coming, laws will align. I'll see the green in my own but I'm still here, still holding.
Used to cheer the pumps, moon is full of greed. Now the red is falling, finally breathing free. Short the rallies, watch the bulls all bleed. Every dip's my paycheck, every crash my feet. I feel good when the leverage breaks. I feel good when the weekend shake. I feel good when the dream is dust. I feel good when the market busts. I'm only happy when it rains. I'm only happy when it rains. losses flood, let the profits rain. Used to be a moon girl screaming at the moon. Now I'm stacking shorts while the hope dies soon. Every wick that burns, every bounce that fails, puts more sats in my bag, more cash in my rails. You can keep your Lambos, your diamond headlights. I'll take the thunder, I'll take the cries. Short the top, cover the bottom, pocket the spread. I'm only happy when the market's dead. I'm only happy when it rains. I'm only happy when it rains. Pour it down, drown the bulls in pain. I'm only happy when it rains. I'm only happy when it rains. Let the losses flood, let my profits rain.
The ringing of the cowbell. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself for the turkey. The turkey cometh.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, frogs and squirrels, welcome to Late Night Crypto with Dawg, where we're sitting here watching Bitcoin at 60,000. She dipped down to 59,000. This white line is the last time that we came down here, back in February. We decided we would just do it over just a little bit, go just a little bit further than 59,300, take it down to 59,100 just to make that lower low. That's what we decided to do today in Bitcoin, just let everything fly off the handle there and fall to the downside. I didn't mind it as much because I was in a short from over here, but at some point it did. I had my stop loss too tight and it stopped me out. And I woke up saying, oh, hot damn, I hit a big one. And I didn't at all. So, yeah, looks like I go a little tight to sometimes with my stop loss. And that kind of sucks. Kind of sucks when that happens. How are you guys doing? How did you guys navigate today? So I don't have any big wins to be showing today. I wish I did. Surely could have. That was a hell of a drop. And I put a video out earlier. I went live earlier giving what ended up to be 9 reasons why this area can be strong. Especially right around here, this little yellow line around 57, 58,000, depending on what exchange you're on and where you pull it. Just right in this little zone, 57, 58,000. Maybe a little wiggle room because we do get a little wiggle room from some of these, right? And I wasn't expecting us to get down this soon, but yeah, here we are coming down. Might as well just go ahead and tap that little guy, you know, might as well do it over the weekend since today's Friday, going into Saturday, Sunday. Sunday would be a good time to dump us down there. Or hell, maybe they'll do it tonight. Who knows? We're trying to capture this moving average, this 9 moving average here. I'm on the 1 hour. And you see that little bit of curve there, a little bit of rollover. On a smaller time frame, we broke a trend line. And we just keep seeing the rollovers. This was interesting over here. This is when I'm looking at things and saying, even when she's starting to get a little bit bearish, but we still got the 9 over the 21, and they did pull us back up. It did pull us back up, but then we lost it. It flipped bearish over here. It flipped bearish before it fell, but that was for the 1 hour. That was quite of a quick turnaround. I really would have expected it to kind of move up a little bit more before rolling over, but it didn't. And then here we are, trying to figure out what Bitcoin's going to do. And I would say a lot of people probably gave the hell up on altcoins. I don't know. They're kind of doing their own little thing over here. A little wishy-washy. But for the biggest part of the day, another 5, 6. I saw it at 8% one time down. Filecoin. Oh my God, you died. That one died. So it took a minute for it to happen, right? It took a minute for it to happen. And I was commenting earlier today how last night I was sitting here fighting with myself for the possibility. It was saying that we could bounce here. And it was saying that. It could have. It did not. But it could have. And if you watch my stream today, this was the second target to be looking at right down here, which we got some traction on. So I hope to God we get something. I hope that this will at least hold. This is the possible lower high. Doesn't mean we can't roll up and then come down and take this guy out, though, right? Same with altcoins and Bitcoin. Total 3. We've lost these areas. We came down. Haven't quite tested this guy. We're at the 886 of this move is basically what this is. From swing low to swing high, 886. And that's good if we can range, but if we're going to drop, further down in this idea, which we can because we lost a major trend line a while back. We were hoping we were trying to come up there for a bearish retest before dropping. But no, they decided, no, we're just going to fall out of this guy and just to keep on dropping. Just for a little friendly reminder, just your basic run-of-the-mill trend line or measure move over here from the last high just down straight down to the trend line. Takes us down about another. Yeah, you don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that right now. You don't want to hear about us coming back down to our September 2023 lows for this guy, but can it do it? Can it do it? Do you work? Does that work? Let me check on everything over here. Could be better. More of a double top scenario over here. So what do you guys think? How do you guys feeling about this market right now? Are you excited about altcoins? There's a little area of support over here that we might be looking at. We draw our bigger trend lines over to this bottom, so we see there might be a little support before we drop down to the abyss down here. My catch might be losing about $100 billion out of altcoins now. I'm going to change the music over here, everybody, before I come over and say hello to everybody. All right. So I'm on the daily for Bitcoin. What is this? Bitcoin. Oh, this is total 3? I thought we changed this. Then we go with total ES. Total ES, I think, is really what I'm trying to look at right now. One of you guys mentioned it last night. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names, but well, I thought we had you all marked up. Oh well. I guess we'll have to do it all over again. But anyway, we're falling down and breaking levels on total 3. There's a little possibility we might have a little something over here for support, but it's not looking good. We made a lower low over there, just on a downward gosh darn trend over here. Meanwhile, Bitcoin dominance is going up, and I guess that kind of helps Bitcoin. We're seeing a little turnaround. We did find some support for Bitcoin. That's basically, I mean, it depends on how you want to look at this. But meanwhile, Tether dominance keeps going up, and what we've been talking about with Tether dominance is that the more times that we see it toward the top, now I would expect it to get even higher before we roll over. It starts getting to some juicy areas to start looking at altcoins as if they just, they get flattened out and forgot about and hated on for so long, bottoming and dropping out and whatever else causes them to just drop. As this number goes up, and this is people selling out of them into Tether. Also, it reflects some new Tether ideas coming in. Had a nice little triple bottom there, and have we already met the measure move? Triple bottoms measure moves are a little bit different from your head and shoulders idea. And it's pretty much a full one-to-one move, suggesting we come up just a wee bit higher over here on this guy. I would have suggested anyway from the fib. Even a little bit higher than what the measure move gave us. So I'm looking at this guy about from 9% to 10%. If we can get if tethered, and this is Tether. This is not even counting USDC or anything. But imagine that Tether stablecoin being 10% of our crypto market cap. Out of everything crypto, 10%. That's quite a sizable number. Because remember, we've just flooded the market with coins and altcoins, diluted everything, but yet Tether's coming in and soaking it all up. It's quite impressive, really. We like to catch when it's on a downtrend. When this is on a downtrend, that's when we want to be in altcoins, right? The tricky part is that it's kind of jaggedy, how it does it, right? And you could miss half of that move to the downside if you're being too conservative on what you're looking for. So pivot points are a nice little way to kind of guide this. And that 10.25%, looking to see what altcoins are doing there and possibly looking to enter at that point would probably be a good place. We're just slowly trying to edge up there. We're not quite there yet. Therefore, tells us that we need to be a little bit patient here on altcoins as they tumble to their death over here. This is total ES. I wish I had an Elliott wave indicator. Can we? I guess we can put it over here, can't we? I'd like to see what Elliott's point of view is today, because he's a little crackhead. And I think this is you, right, Elliott? With your chart pattern. Elliott, what have you got to say over here? You think the C wave? You think this is the bottom? Well, it's going down a little bit more, Elliott. How do you explain that? Here we go. Very similar to what it's doing on Bitcoin, just telling us that everything is going to go to hell now. How do you guys like hearing that? I mean, all the bearishness in the market, how's that affecting you guys? We did lose a trend line, or possibly. I mean, there's still the slightest little chance that we can come back in there. That's the hopium for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That's the best hopium I can give you right now, is that we make a bear trap out of this idea and just come on back up, and we pretend that everything, all this was just a nightmare. It didn't happen, right? Whenever we do get our ABC correction, and this is where I'm bitching at Elliott on how he's counting his ABC correction, because I swear, I mean, I know we can make it. Why wasn't this good enough at the trend line? Why was that good enough, Elliott? That's perfect. That is textbook perfect setup right there for you to bounce, my friend. But yet you decided, no, don't want to bounce there. Don't want to bounce there. I want to come down here a little bit. I had tightened up my trend line a little bit. I didn't have it touching over here. How important that I touch bodies and whatever, and then we landed on this wick. That makes it good. We can. If you can visualize this 3-day chart here, we could easily come back up here, turn this into a wick, and then be on our happy little asses up and let this be our ABC. However, it's hard to determine that on these bearish days when Elliott wants to go all full bear, just like all the damn YouTubers over here saying, we're going to 10,000. Oh, no, nobody said $10,000. A lot of people eyeing 40 right now, and I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible, but we do. I would hate to see that happen for various reasons I mentioned today. Meanwhile, come over here to the Bitcoin and seeing that little slight turning over here on that 9 moving average. After it doesn't make me think we're going to bounce off of this little guy. Nothing over here incites me to do that. Last time I saw this were happening on the time, we fell out. We just kept on falling. But she's a trying. And I just keep watching and watching. It's just consolidating right now below the 200 moving average. The fact, I'm on the 6 minute. The fact that the 50 rolled over underneath it, that's not giving me hope. That's a sign of weakness over here. The fact that it can't ever maintain a trend line is a sign of weakness. What is a sign of strength is that we did come up over here after bouncing off this bottom, and we just retested the highs of last time and also the low that we had in February, which we said many times. At some point, we're probably going back there and testing that and maybe go a little bit lower. I'm stressing a little bit lower, 57, 58 right through there, because there's some divergence that can kick in there, and that's can be magical for what we're looking for just about around this time of the year. I mean, of the market. More later on, I was expecting hopefully a little bit closer to September, October, November, somewhere through there. But we're a little bit closer than what I wanted. I still think we will get something through here. I'm just wondering, is it going to go a little deeper, or was that enough to satisfy it? Because there's an argument. This is enough to satisfy it. It's a little lower, but it was a retest of it, and we can get a bounce from here. We could even recover. I mean, that is a valid argument. The question is, will it? And all we can do is just take some time and wait for some confirmations. We are at the most boring part of the market. And if you're trying to just nail that little bottom, well, unless you went out on the range over here and did it and held on to it, and you haven't done anything stupid and got stopped out, you're just going to have to be patient and may have to settle for getting in higher when it gets a little bit more safer, right? Because it's either getting chopped up over here or just wait the hell till we figure out what the hell's going on. All right, we can all keep. I see a lot of people trying to play it and guess it, and I'm guilty of that too. That's just kind of our little degen nature, I think, right? But this is a dangerous game to play right now. It really is, until Bitcoin figures out what the hell it's going to do. So, I mean, if you're lucky or looking at certain levels and things like that, it could have caught some moves, and I hope that some people did. If you did, now you got to fight with the ability to maintain that position, right? But yet safeguard, right? So I'm sure a lot of stop losses are below, and a lot of stop losses probably. But that could wick us down here really easy, and just a weird little wick over the weekend or over the next week that we go into. So tricky point over here, and I can see, and until we get a bottom and get a higher high and then a higher low, we got nothing. That's the only thing that we can look for, right? This was our last high right here. This was it. 64.8, right? So we got to see something that gets above it and see how it reacts. We get to see something get up there and see how it reacts. And this Ichimoku cloud is not saying, oh yeah, I want to go along with that story. This one's saying, I just want to keep us going down. But this is wherever we bottom out at. That's what we got to see. Whatever our last high was, we got to see us come up, come down. We'll probably lose it. And then we look for a higher low. And I don't know how deep that could be. Don't care. But is at that point when we start getting that higher low, that I'm interested in jumping in. And that's one of the techniques that WD Gann talks about, is once you do confirm a trend change, you buy that next higher low, baby, because that's probably your best bet and entry to ride the trend to the upside. So it involves patience for that at this point that we're at, unless you want to just catch the old falling knives. And seems to be a popular strategy. It does. Even for people who say they don't do it, seems to be what seems to be happening. I don't know. I've seen some people, and I'm not scalping or whatever, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I don't know. I'm just wondering. I'm watching other people streaming and stuff, and they're trying to find a long here or this, and they're like, "It's not the greatest, but I'm going to try it." No. It's not the greatest. I'm going to try, and I'm just watching, but they're not ever playing out. And or maybe a short here, but then is it playing out? It's chop. So the way this kind of works, or the way that I like to think about it, you get the move, you make your money in the big moves, right? That's where all the good moves, that's where the chatter comes from. That was a perfect move for a short, and that was the shizzle right there. That was the shizzle. Well, how could you have caught it? Well, trendline. When we broke the trend line, that was like, man. And you're like, I feel like I'm shorting support. When you lose support, it's no longer support. It flips into resistance. But that's a great call. And now is the point in the market where market makers pull out their big plan and say, you think you got it? We're not going to let you keep it. Come on, bad boy. Bet up again. Ante up. Let's chop you up over here. It's called chop for a reason, because it chops you the hell up. And that's where we're getting this ready to start, that little accumulation, I do believe, over here in this little area. I don't think that they're just going to bounce off of here willy-nilly. What got wicked got candlesticked, and it may stick here for a minute to make you just doubt your intentions and your life choices over this weekend. But it still is a great place to bounce. It's a great place to bounce. It is a beautiful place to bounce. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. From swing low to the major swing high. There is basically your previous bottom, that number one right there, and we're above it. And that says a lot. That says a lot in itself right there. That's positive. jump down to the 1 hour. And so very enticing. We got Trendline, which is important because it's my biggest beef, right? That's my biggest thing. That when we come to the weekly, all right, so weekly we tested our 200 moving average. On the monthly, it's the 50 moving average, which still signifies that we got a trend. On the monthly, it still signifies we got a trend. Lose it, not so much. And anytime that I lose a 50 moving average, I'm ultimately looking for a 200 moving average touch. Now think about that on the monthly, where we don't even have one yet, right? We don't even have one yet. You got the 100 down at 41. Love you. What I don't like, even here on the monthly, man, the monthly trend line. See where we wick down? This needs to hold. And my video today was 9 reasons right here, and I posted in Telegram groups why we can. I don't have everything drawn out over here, and I'm probably not going to do it. But for me, I mean, people calling for lower and everything, but I may not be interested in crypto if we break that trend line. That's how critical this trend line is to me. It would really, that would affect me psychologically right there to lose that one, because that could theoretically, whether it actually does it or not, or only gives you a fraction of it, gives you pretty much a 1-to-1 move to the downside, right? Well, that brings us down into negative territory, so that's a little too bearish. But if you were to use the harmonics on it, and would actually put that measure move up to the top of the wick right there, that take you down to $12,000. Now, if that ever really happened, that tells me that people had a reason to give up on Bitcoin. And I don't know what the narrative would be. I would hope it's not AI exploit or quantum computer or whatever, but you don't know. You don't know. Now, I think Bitcoin's going to be fine. But I don't see anybody looking at, well, what does it mean when we actually break that trend line there? Or if we go down to some of these levels that people would love to buy Bitcoin at, don't get me wrong, it would be great to pick it up at $38,000. We could get down there, but what does that mean for crypto as a whole, for Bitcoin, and everything else? What does it mean? Tokenized stocks are going to do fine. They're going to be fine. They've got their own little rails and stuff. Maybe their own little private layer ones that they're running all this stuff on, because that's how they'll want to do it, be centralized. They're not going to be just totally focusing on the decentralized rails. That might come in a global thing, but a lot of the banks and stuff, they're going to have their own little private thing so they can do what they need, know what they do, so you don't find out about it, right? If the bankers get their way with the Clarity Act and steer this stuff in the wrong direction, it's not as appealing anymore for me. But Bitcoin has been the best performing asset. So I'm wondering, so to me, losing this area of 50, this 58, 57, 54, whatever, we start getting into down through here and not catching a nice bid, even if we came down here. But you'd be breaking some rules of the game, right? This was our high in 2017, right over here, 19,600, right through there. And we don't have anything else to go by on here on this particular ones, but the Bitcoin charts go all the way back to 2009 and stuff. I forgot who has it, but Bitstamp may have it. The trading view thing probably does have it too. But as a general rule, wherever you topped out in that cycle was usually where you bottomed out on the next low. Usually where you bottom out on the next low. Now this week we dipped down a little bit below it here in 2022, right? Went down to 15,000. Had that little extra short squeeze, or a little extra long, was it a short long squeeze down there? When things finally unwound and FTX and all that. But it was a series of bad things after bad things that just happened in the bear market. There was one point over here when we first just came down from 100,000 and BitBoy said that we're never going below $47,000 ever again. So the sentiment was bullish. And the people hanging on to it were bullish then. Everybody else was hopeful, fearful, thinking, oh, high or low, we can do it. And then it set in. Then Of course, he had to eat his words after that, right? I don't think he may ever let him live that down, but. And the same thing happened over here, still very, very bullish. And I was hopeful, looking for an excuse for us to come up and not break our initial trend line. Because I knew that would be bad. And going from candle body, so starting to lose 97, got a little, we're below 100. This is not looking good. We came down 25 for 27%, not looking good. And then we lost this trend line at 87, 88. That was like, yeah, this bear market is in. It's in. It's in. Going by other moving averages on the weekly and everything, we told us before we were watching that, right? But I mean, but the consequences of losing this trend line to me would be, well, consequential. Because I think it would take a long ass time to recover. I think that would throw off our 4-year cycle and everything. I really do. So what would we do? We come down? I mean, when do you want to get down here and bounce? You think it's just going to happen overnight? I mean, even to October, I mean, that would just be, it would just have to be just drawing down, just tanking month after month after month if we tried to bounce here in October. That would take, there would be so many people doubting Bitcoin and something. I think if we came down to $38,000-$40,000, like some people are asking for, the confidence I don't believe would be in Bitcoin. That's just my thoughts on it, 18 people. Sorry, I got off on that rant there. We're 30 minutes into the show and haven't even looked at anything other than this big monthly chart, and I was really trying to look at the weekly. So it's important to me. Now, I know we have a history where we can lose the 200 weekly moving average. I would hope that maybe this time that we don't. But we don't always get what we want or what we wish for. Ever, hardly. But even coming down, but we have a case for why we could come down and close these candle bodies lower and get that divergence there, right? That's the one thing I don't quite have. Now we technically we got it over here on the Christmas tree candles. If this weekly candle closes here, meaning Sunday, if we're still here by Sunday, then we got our divergence. Yay. And so maybe the next few candles will start looking nicer and get us back up to this 9 moving average before it rolls over on us and crosses that 21 and sends us into a death spiral. I'm really looking at that 9 moving average right now, just like we were looking at it a few minutes ago on that 1 hour chart and how it eventually rolled over. Well, right before it crossed that 21, or right after it crossed that 21, we dumped like hell. Same thing happened well on the weekly if that scenario happens. And if you think sentiment is bad right now, what do you think sentiment's going to be like if we're down at these areas at 40 and 27? I don't know. I mean, you would think people would buy it up quick, unless there's a narrative not to trust it anymore. When those narratives not to trust it would be losing that trend line, because I never trust anything when they lose a trend line. Just me ranting on, I guess, the market. I sound kind of bitter, don't I? I'm not. I think I'm more bitter because of my. I hate when I wake up in my trade. I got stopped out and it went to where I wanted to go. I should have had a trade, and my golly, on all 3 exchanges, they all got me on all 3. It's my own fault. It was my own fault. And the market makers, I'll blame them too. Couldn't have done it without them. I'm just saying. All right. That would have made up for the choppy losses that they chopped me up with last week and the little chop stuff over there. But how are you guys doing? Let me come over and talk to you guys and say hello. Not bad for taking so long. 22 people hanging out with the turkey. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I appreciate you. Join Road Dog's free Telegram group. It is free. It is free. In a bear market, not much goes on in a lot of these groups over there. I've noticed ours has kind of slowed up a little bit as far as post. And, you know, I'm not going to be posting altcoin setups over there. We've been posting some stock setups over there. And I actually got into one of them today. Digital X natives, my profile can't take anymore. Time to start deploying some fiat into stables again just to keep the portfolio above water. That's a sucky feeling, isn't it? Like, share, and subscribe everyone. It's Silver Days. Thank you, Silver Days, for being here. Spot chat time. I've made enough on the downside. That's cool. I was hoping I'd be able to say that. Hey, we got Joe from Trade Intuition, fellow YouTuber over here. Let's get him over here and say hello to Joe's channel. Hey, Joe, how you doing, man? Did you catch the move down? I told my story. If it wasn't for stupid luck, I'd have no luck at all. All right, so Joe from Trade Intuition. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Okay, I thought I went on too early. You went on tonight. I forgot tonight was Friday. I would have been over there. I was actually at Meet Damien's tonight. I got torn all around on what day and everything it is. Joe was streaming earlier tonight. He streams on Monday and Fridays, 9 p.m. right now. I'd love to see him go back to streaming every night, but I can't blame him or anybody else for not doing very much right now in the marriage market. But go check him out. That's where all the cool kids hang. All the cool kids over there. Crypto Bubbles, are you feeling any better over here? Oh, now they're not as green over here, right? A lot of shaky. Digital X says, "'Twas I. June and October, best time to buy." June is usually a good one. That's why I'm looking at. Well, I mean, I have been buying. I've been buying Bitcoin. I've been trying to find a way to get money here and there and to do it. And then I had an issue with PayPal where they want me to give them my ID and stuff, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm pretty sure I've done this before to open up this account. Why do I need it for crypto? I'm not going to do time. I mean, it's bad enough. You know where I'm going to put this money. Well, you might. It's associated, but I don't want to tie my driver's license to my crypto. What else could it be? They've already got information they need. So it wasn't like that before. It had to be something recent. So I got to find a different venue, a different on-ramp, and I can. I usually go through crypto.com a lot. I just have a new bank where I've got my funds at right now, and I'm not sure how they're going to react to that. Thankfully, since Biden and Gary Gensler are out of the picture, that we're not being persecuted for that. But a lot of people got their bank accounts closed because, well, they sent something to Coinbase. Watching NBA Finals, my Knicks are winning. Hey, hey, congratulations. That's some good news. Familia Soup. Oh, it didn't translate it. Yeah, it did. It did. It went family soup. Yeah, it did. It didn't translate it. Knicks won 2-0. Winning 90-83 fourth quarter. Somebody's saying, "Oh, damn." I just know it when I said that. All right, FCL77, how you doing tonight? Good to see you guys. Let me catch up with. Oh, I'm already caught up with the chat. King Hell's in the chat. Good to see you, King Hell. All right, 22 people hanging out. What are we doing tonight? Guys want to look at altcoins? You want to show your least favorite altcoin? Or look, INJ still holding at $5. What I did today on INJ, I actually sold some for Bitcoin, and I didn't really chart it. I should have. Well, I think I did, and I saw that maybe she was turning. I honestly can't. I'm sure I looked at it. But I figured, well, since she's still up, and if it does drop down in Bitcoin, I'm just going to take, I had just some that I'd taken out of staking a while back, and I sold it. Since INJ is up at $5, and Bitcoin's down at 60, seemed like a pretty good exchange. That would have been better over here. I could have got 20% more, but hey, man. Take what we're doing. If we're doing like an ABC correction, we could be coming all the way down here. And I'm like, well, I probably don't need that. You might have lost that little curve right there. That went up quite a bit. I mean, would you have thought that INJ since April went up that much against Bitcoin? I mean, just by what it was doing. Your INJ bags, if you had bought INJ with stablecoin, you gained 163% against your Bitcoin. Oddly enough, when Bitcoin dumped, not as much. So one thing that we need to start doing is checking these altcoins against Bitcoin, right? Makes an enticing argument actually here to be getting some INJ. If it's got the potential to come back up to these areas as been at before, in July 2024. This was January 2024. That's when INJ went to $44 or something crazy like that. Man. And I would have loved to sold it into Bitcoin. Bitcoin would have been $70,000. But it doesn't matter. Whatever you bought I and J in dollars, you put 1,000. I don't know. You still made 1,300%. You made 15x, almost a 14x out of it. I remember it was impressive on cash. And I wish I had mine staked. So I couldn't get it out in time. By the time I got it done, I think we were down. And then I'm hoping, well, wait, this is a sign of strength. We should go back up. And we didn't. We came down here. So this time I made sure that as it was dropping and everything from over here that, well, I took some out of staking so I could play with it and whatnot. I decided to play with that and ready for Bitcoin today down here on the low lows. So I think my average I&J price is about $3. Minus what I did have some loose to sell, but I wish I'd sold my. You coulda, woulda, shoulda, right? All right, so this actually looks kind of cool. I'm I&J. Should you be a bag that I work on build? I'm trying to figure out what bags that I want to build, and I want to have a firm limit on how many altcoins that I get into. I'll use a small perp account to play with the other racy ones, right? But I'm looking for the ones I want to hold on spot. And last time it was I&J, and it did do good, but I was disappointed that it only went up that one time and then sold out. And so that seemed to be the story out of a lot of altcoins. They pumped up. This one pumped up really early, and then that was it. That was it. It's like enough to get you to think, oh man, things are changing. This is looking good. Yeah, we're expecting an altcoin season or something. Yeah, man, this is going to work this cycle. And then, boom, they pull the rug out from under you just right when you're just saying, oh, this is starting to work. And that bugs the crap out of me because that's exactly how it felt back in last cycle, too. Now, in 2017, it was like there was a period where you just, whatever you threw money at, it was going up. Days after days of the road, 20% up, 20% up, 20% up, 20% up. That would go on for a damn week, and you're like, holy crap. And then maybe something happened, and then it started happening again. We had a true altcoin season then. We didn't have one this last time. Or last cycle before last, too. I think that's why we got two little dips, two little, we call them butt cracks, two little double bottoms on some of these altcoins, like XRP, I think, kind of did like that. So hopefully this next cycle will be for altcoins with the clarity bill and registration. I'm hoping that some of them will make up for some of that lost time. If time and price do correlate, according to Gann, then I would expect that a few of them should have a big come up, right? I want to figure out which ones are trying to do it. So I got some tricks up my sleeve to use in these bottom situations when we get down into them. I'm just waiting to find them, but I want to find the ones that are going to be strong enough to play. But I only want a limited one. I only want to limit it. I want to figure out maybe five, no more than 10. Hopefully not even 10. Because what I've found that is, if you can pick the good winners, and you never know. I mean, people would have picked Matic, Polygon, based on the previous cycle, picked it up for last cycle. That's going to be the one. It's going to make the comeback. Layer 2. Ethereum, it's the big one. It's the one everybody likes. And it did not. It did squat. So if you put all your money into that, I want to put 25% of my whole thing going all into this one. That would have been disappointing. However, if you put 25 into it in I&J, you would have been like, oh hell, it's Lambo time. Holy crap. It went from $1.50 to $44. Hell yeah. That's how you do it, baby. Join my group. But you don't know if it's going to be I&J that takes off or if it's going to be Polygon. Everybody's rooting for Polygon. The market's crazy, right? But if you spread it too thin, as is, I think I know if you're in a group, and some of the groups that I see on here on YouTube, that seems to be a habit. I had that habit. I've still got that habit. Not going to have that habit this time because I've seen how being spread out too thin. It does get to be a lot to manage, take care of, track, and then you miss the selling and the opportune times, and you just end up holding it, and it makes it easier to round trip if you do that. and you're spread out, and so you get the gains, but they don't feel like they're enough. You're like, I expected more. Well, if you'd concentrated a little bit more in there, you'd probably be a little bit more happier with the gains that you got. But that kind of makes you want to hang on longer than maybe you should. There's some pros and cons to doing things, a little bit more cons, I believe, to having a big ass portfolio with 100 tokens and things like that. But I understand, well, one, we're degens to be in crypto anyway, and two, some of the trading groups that we've been into with all those multitudes of setups get you kind of caught up in some of that stuff. And then sometimes you even see the mentors do it themselves. Like, I'm in this, I'm in that, I'm in this, I got some of that too. I was one of those. When I first started out my channel, I was like, man, it sounds like I'm saying I'm in every damn thing. Well, because I wasn't a lot of shit. And I did see some results, but even while I was doing that, I'm like, if I was a little bit more concentrated and not spread out, I could probably have about another 30% gain on my overall portfolio at my highest there. All right, I'm just rambling. Let me come back over to you guys. I got a lot of bells. I got a lot of squirrels. Live nightly at 10:30 p.m. And I got a lot of ones. Thank you very much, Ave. All right, so nobody wants to see any coins in particular. We're just sitting here looking at Bitcoin and whatever the turkey wants to look at. Well, while I've been sitting here yapping, the Bitcoin has been, what have you been doing? I think just slowly coming down a little bit more, right? If I'm not mistaken. Seems like that seems to be his favorite thing to do lately, is to kind of drop. I feel tired. On days that I do 2 streams, I'm always tired on the late night stream. Hi, there we go. Let's take a look at that one. I'm watching it. I want to learn more about Hype. I think it had good what I call tokenomics. It had a good total supply. There's more that goes into tokenomics. I use that word a little bit more lightly than I guess I should. I mean, for the people that dig into it and really do their homework, they're saying that turkey don't know nothing about that. We know. We just don't go through all that. It can give me a pain. Distribution and allocations and who's got what and where's got all that. It can get kind of hairy, but token supply is an important thing to me. And I think it's got some pretty good ones, right? Hype. I think we looked at this the other night too. So Hyper Liquid, man. $60. Are you $60? $59. $13 billion market cap. I want to turn the price on with the market cap. I wish it would keep that. It's tracking. We looked at one that had a deviation in on it last night. And I kind of took that as, I took that as a cautionary tale. I kind of like it when they track. I hope it works that way. It makes more sense if the market cap follows the price than if market cap keeps going up but price keeps coming down. Something's wrong there, right? It looks like that's a taxation. So I do like it when they follow. Even better, price crosses that market line thing. But anyway, so it's got 1 billion coins. Oh, I didn't know it had a maximum supply of 1 billion. I didn't know that. Treasury. Oh, total treasury holdings. What's the outstanding supply? This is Hype. For some reason I thought you had a lot less. Okay. I'm not as quite impressed really, because in the past bull markets when altcoins were kind of hot, the hot ones could get up to these prices and then they eventually fell. Now, hopefully the use case on Hype and everything, because I think it's a layer 1, right? It's a layer 1 blockchain best known for perpetual futures and bot trading. Beyond its flagship DEX trading platform, the ecosystem supports borrowing, lending, and real-world assets. That does sound really good. That sounds like more where we're headed. So I do want to look at Hype as being partially one of those that I collect, but how high can it reasonably get up to? I mean, has it already claimed most of that? I mean, that's the question that I'd like to understand a little bit better. $13 billion market cap here in a bear market. I mean, what can it do? Let's say it gets up to 70, and that's totally crazy. But what if it, I mean, it's fully diluted valuation right now. If everything was out, it'd have to have $56 billion to maintain its current price, is basically how to interpret that. And it's not even that accurate. I mean, really, there's some other variables that come into it, but that's a nice little kind of guideline to go by, right? So if all these coins were out in circulation, we would still have, $13 billion market cap just wouldn't quite be it, right? So if we took so really, if they were all out at our price, we would be at an evaluation of about $4 billion. What was price around when it was $4 billion? It was down around $13 when we were around that area. Yeah, $12, $13. I like hype around $12 or $13. I would definitely go back and do it there. Will we ever see it there? Well, I guess that's why we got to come over here and do the TA. Let's take a look at it. King Gal, I see the super chat. I see it on my tablet over here. Thank you for that. Let me give you a proper shout out there. I'll do that after I'll get hype, and then we'll go take a look at those. Yeah, thank you very much. GigaChad and Redo. Oh, I haven't looked at Tectum in a long time. All right, so let's throw up. Let me get to a bigger time frame. We're gonna zoom out. Look at you, Bitcoin. Is that on the daily chart that you're giving us a green dot with all snake eyes as your money flow goes into the red? But your momentum is down here. I can't blame people for wanting to try to long over here. I would like to long over here. I'm just not finding a good entry for Bitcoin just yet. Too long, because we just seem to keep dropping and dropping. We did make a higher high, and or we did make a local higher high. So I'm trying to look for that higher low. Was this it, or are we coming down lower? I would say that we've got one more run down on Bitcoin. Let me just go ahead and get Bitcoin out of the way, right? Never did proper stuff. We're holding at 0.5. That's cautionary to me, especially since we're below the 200 moving average, because that's going to make me look at the 886. That's going to make me look at the 886. So that would be at 59,000. So we're going to drop back down and test this. We probably will, because we do that a lot. So I'm not satisfied with what we got over here. And if I were looking at it, well, I am looking at it. But I mean, one idea I'd be looking at here on the smaller time frames is doing this. Getting my candle body touches there. I'm looking for angle. Candle bodies for angle. And yeah, we could be looking for a little bit down. So I know it's just standing out in the nowhere, not anything, but just based on the channel idea that we got right there. So a totally invalid trend line at the moment, but does it have any respect, anything there that... So we'd be double testing the 50. All right, well, that's cool. But if we double test the 50 and whether we get a higher high or higher low, I'm still looking at the 886. I'm still looking at the 886. And we come down or lower high, higher high. Unless we do something big to take out this guy, I'm still looking at the 886. That's about 59,500. Maybe we get lucky and it's just the 786 at 59,700, 59,800. But I believe that we would be coming back and probably testing this guy one time, not just tapping and say, oh, that's it, that's enough. We'll probably spend a little more time in this area than we want to, is what I'm looking at. Not an instant bounce off of it, or we would have seen it already. Not a big V-shaped recovery, or we would have seen it like we did last time in February. We didn't get that. It means we might be here for a minute. All right, so let's take a look at hype. Got to turn that music up a little bit. Did we listen to this last night? I feel like we've done the 80s rock stuff for a while. We got this. Hype, you've got the little green dot here on the 4 hour saying, I want to do something. The only bad thing is you lost that trend line, so I don't trust it. You're below the green, and we got the little red. Looks like you've done your little counts to the upside for this impulse move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. Or A, B. Is that, would that be your C? Elliott? Oh. Really? You started here? You didn't start here? Why wouldn't you start here? Why wouldn't you count here? Sometimes, oh, you do over here. It makes no sense to me, Elliott. You keep changing your. This is almost as worse as talking to an Elliott Wave person. All right, so it's different if you zoom out to the 8 hour, and he does think we can come down. We're just going to send Elliott over here. If we're looking from bottom, this would be the impulse move. I see a 1, 2. This can be our 3, 4, and 5. That couldn't be our 3. All right, and I'm not going to get stuck over here. What I found is that people that do Elliott Wave, I mean, I know this turkey can go 2 hours on the stream. We've already got an hour in and haven't really got past Bitcoin except for this over here. But gosh, I hope I'm not as bad as those Elliott Wave. I mean, I like the Elliott Wave guys, really. There's a couple on here on YouTube I really do like. But man, they can talk and talk for hours over Elliott Wave and what this could do, and this could do, and this could, and this could. It's very interesting. It's educational. I like it, but I'm like, so which one are you going with? That's how the real ones run. All right, so we were in danger of losing this area. We already lost the 50 moving average on the 8 hour. Let's go back to the 4 hour, kind of like the 4 hour. It's trying. That's the one that gave us the green dot saying we can go up. Indicators do look good for that. I got to say, indicators do look good for that. There's some slight divergence there, but the Ichimoku cloud is saying, nah, it ain't time, bud. It ain't time. It may not hold. If we get back up here, that's cool. Ichimoku cloud suggests that we probably roll over like these moving averages kind of are, and then maybe come on down. I personally don't think you got your ABC in. I think that technically could count. That would technically count. All right. Height. There's a chance she might bounce here. I want to come over to the daily and see how that's looking though, because that's kind of going to have an effect on everything, right? Now we had bearish divergence here on the daily. Are you ready to turn around? Darn, Stokes are at the bottom. That's cool. Money close on the green. MACD is just now flipped bearish though. What is that going to spell for? 200 moving average. You know, I mean, at the point on this one, I mean, you can take a shot. You can take a shot. Ichimoku cloud on the daily still looks bullish. Like maybe it could do there. I'm still kind of looking for 54. That sounds kind of crazy, right? Still kind of crazy. All right, let's just clear off everything on the hype. And let's just go over our normal fibs like we had. 1414. Yeah, we definitely in the attic reversal area right there. So given that we got a major pivot point over there. And what did you point out to the 0.5? That's a good question. Let me see what we're traced. That's a known way to get to there. 7.8. You really? For 7.86 you got up there? That's impressive. That's impressive. You kind of went a little overboard there, but that's fine. You hit your fibs. But we got it. We got the move. I'll be looking for the 382 at least the 382. We haven't quite got there, so I'm still looking at $54. So whether I do it this way, the trend lines or whatever else I had going on over there, 54 seems to be the one that's speaking to me, and it can still come lower than the 0.5, which should bring us in about over here. I should have marked that one too. Let's go ahead and get that. So from the very low to the very high, A 382 could be very bullish for us when the rest of the market's tanking in a bear market. Doesn't make sense, but hey, stranger things have happened. 0.5 is good. 0.5 can be a little bit more tricky. That one can turn against you a little bit more often than the 382. 382 gives us hope that we can get a 1-1 measure move and get some crazy ass targets. 0.5? Yeah, but not so much. Not so much. Just my observations. All right, so I want to look at this guy, and that would be retesting the bottom over here, right? You also don't want to fade this idea. Now, if you're a little bit bullish, that'd be something to watch. Maybe it'd have to wick down here to $55 or $54, right? 21 moving average that is spiking. If we lost the 21, I'd be looking for the 50. That's usually what we do. If we lose the 21, we bounce off a 50. This one's got a good history of it. Bouncing off the 50 area, 50 area, 50 area. That would definitely look for that. But that would be getting back into the pattern, and that's a little bearish. That would be really cool if it can bounce over here about 56. Just don't know if it will hold it. But for me, it's kind of a mandatory thing that I'm looking for at least a 382. And usually some consolidation that happens there. So here on the daily is testing the 21. Here on the 4 hour, where we're getting the little green dot, indicators are looking nice and good, and even the RSI is looking good, right? The buy signal on this officially comes when we cross over the 30 moving average. And believe it or not, it can roll over and stay down here or even go lower before we get up there. Doesn't mean it's going to, but that's just the warning. So it front run it with caution if that's what you're trying to do. That's kind of cool. We got a higher low in the RSI. I like that. I like any kind of higher low that we can get. I just don't like this cloud formation over here. I'm not trusting it. And trend of panel bodies. Yeah, we're right there. Makes me want to try to play it, honestly. It makes me want to try to play it. Even though I'm sitting, but you know about the 382, damn it. Don't do it. But it makes me it still makes me want to do it. 200 moving average there. We lost the 100. I'm going to be the green dot. It did confirm. I can't deny it. Indicators look good other than the Ichimoku. Kind of what we went over last night. A lot of things were looking good, but the Ichimoku was saying, ain't going to happen. Ain't going to happen. And I was like, but this looks good, and this says that ain't going to happen, Road Dog. Ain't going to happen. She looked rough. All right, so are we gonna try to make this little play? Down on the 15 minute. Oh man, you lost the 50 on the 15 minute. I think I would wait for some confirmations over here that we're going to get that little higher low. See if we bounce off this trend line idea over here. And I would guess about 57 if I was looking at that one. All right, so, and a ribbon flip over here on the, what is it, the 15 minute? But the 4 hour looks bullish. It's going to have to find some support. I'm leaning into the 382. I mean, from the bigger picture of things, that's what I know that usually expect. It doesn't have to, but it already lost the 236, so I would be expecting that. Let me take a look at XAUT. Oh, I'm sorry. We got a super chat over here. And then I'll take a look at XAUT. One of you guys mentioned that earlier. My wallet's a spaceship. Good evening, Turkey Dark. How you doing, Ben? Hey. How you doing, Not Anita or Vintage Garden? I never know which one to call you. It's a busy day for you. It has been. Ichimoku defrauded me. How did it defraud you? If anything, it told us. I mean, it was the big warning last night. I was curious. Which one of you is going to win out? All of you guys are Ichimoku Cloud, and it was the Ichimoku Cloud that won. I kind of have some new respect for it. Knicks win game 2 of the final. Oh man, you told the ending. What a gift. We need a Bitcoin at 49K and a PJ and a boogie. Yeah, but what if Bitcoin gets to 49K and loses all of its critical levels? What happens in the world or in the markets or whatever to make that happen? And how long will it take to recover from it? Those are my only questions. Will it be easy to recover from there? Or are you going to have emergency funds for whatever the hell sends us down there? Because it's probably going to send the stock market down too, right? We looked at this. We're losing our levels. We're coming back into trend line. This thing drops down to, I need to do that one again. I noticed when I was watching my video, I did not pull it all the way up here. So I was calling for from this low to, I need to put this up right over here to retest this guy. It'd be a higher low. It'd be good, but you're talking about tech stocks losing about 1,000 points. That could bring us down to 38. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. There's a little support over here at the 236. This one likes the 236 too, I found. All right. Let me go back to the super chat right here. Thank you for the super chat. Let me hit that little like button and give you the claps again over there. King Hell, thank you for it. We're going to take a look at these guys right now as soon as claps come over here. Oh, it did work. It worked that time. Take a look at... It was Giga? Tet? Should have wrote it down. And redo. So is that GigaChad? Is that what that is? Some Coinbase, Kraken. Is it a base coin? Looks like it might be a base coin. Yeah, oh, it's GigaChad, right? GigaChad. I'm just trying to find out who's got the best history on it. Holy snap craps. What's going on over here? Well, kind of bottom so far, right? Hopefully. This is good. 9 over... Oh, I'm on the weekly. 9 over the 21 should be good. Looks like butt crack activity over here. We went up for the butt crack, and then we're coming back down to do the other double bottom butt cheek over here. It doesn't have to be this long. We should start an expansion phase. It should get a little deformed over here. Let's go. That's interesting and cool. 9 still over that. That's good. Let's see. This is where we were in June of 2025. This is where we were in December of 2024. I guess that's about when she came out, or when Coinbase first had it. Let's take a big old look. Oh, you got a lot. I don't know if I can get that in there. Am I touching you? I'm not even touching you right there. I'm just worried about this line right here. We'll go ahead and get this little guy right here too. Now we scale this idea down. I like the rounding. That's cool. I like the point. I'll just go from Wix to whatever we get over here. Oh, good. Touch. That's good. You're getting your little triangle-y shape over here. Getting your little range. So, I mean, your main goal at this point is to take this guy out over here at 3.3 cents. Until it does that, we're going to call it a... No, you can't call it a... That's his main goal. That's his secret mission right there, is to come take that guy out. And that makes this target an excellent target at 4 cents. So if you look at it from that perspective, getting in here, and if you can settle some drawdown, it could come down. Oh wow, 100%. That would suck. That's got to be at 0. Yeah, it could come all the way to 0. Could, but that's only 100% away to go to 0. We're at 0.002 right now. Let's see, what would it be if it went all the way back down to its very bottom? As best I can tell, about 33% drop from the bottom. Let's just say you can handle 30% drawdown on whatever. I don't know. Let's say if you put $100 in and you can withstand it going to 60 or maybe even 50 if it gets nasty over here. Then $100 by the time it came up to here for a higher high, if we get all of our hopes and dreams, that's 1,500%. That $100 could turn into $1,500, $1,600 really. That's kind of cool. Feels like a needle in a haystack right now, but the math is there. That's kind of cool. And we've been to these areas before. This was just in May of 2025. That was a year ago. Wow. That had a bad year for GigaChad. Didn't think GigaChad could have a bad year, but it looks like it can. Now, if we come down and make lower lows, then gosh darn it, life sucks again. I'm on what, the 3-day and that 9? I know it's rolling over and everything. I'm questioning this. I see a little green, then I see a little red. So I think at best we can level out here again and then try to get up through here. It may take a minute. She's just now coming down. She's going to have to consolidate if we're going to do this other double bottom thing, in my personal opinion. Hopefully it'll be at a higher level though. Hopefully we will be, oh, we're there. We're there. We're there. It's wicked off of this area before. Now we got a candlestick there. We're there. All right, let's take it on down. Let's look over here at the daily. I don't like the 50 moving average rolling over and these things crossing. I'm about to say I don't think that I think it may come all the way back down to its lowest point. So we got to entertain this idea. We will hope that it won't go lower than that, because it made a higher high over here. We really want a higher low. That would be beautiful. But the higher low there that we're looking for is where we're at right now. And it still looks like it's got some bearish tendencies over here. So I couldn't blame anybody for playing the 886. You can get some nice little tight stop losses, but it might come get you. It can give it some wiggle room here. But I do believe that we're going to wiggle where by the time October gets here and Bitcoin comes down further and brings altcoins down a little bit more, I would think that we would have a good chance to come here. Ichimoku Cloud looks like it still wants to come down. But this is a bottoming area to make a play, and there might be, I would say you can get a little something. What I would be looking for again is these guys right here. Why does that work out better? Shuggy is tired. So, being in these bottom areas, I can see us ranging out through here. 100 moving average up there if we can get up there, right? Bigger moving averages, 600, 800, those, and 300 above it. That's cool. This might actually work. I'm not trying to be too jaded. Try not to let any kind of bias come out. I'm trying to screen myself for any bias. I'm really not that jaded on the market. I'm just kind of pissed at my little perpetual few, and they were small ones. It's no big deal, but for the tiny count, that would have helped it, made a comeback, and missed it. And it just kind of sucks that the whole market sentiment is just this bearish on a Friday. Worst going into the weekend. It's worst time to be. Not a great time to make selling decisions, okay? You could be selling an absolute bottom on all these things, right? It's trying to get some traction over here. Could you go back to 0.003? That'd be a nice little, what, about 30% come up right there. But the question is it probably range through here? But that would be cool. I would like to see a higher low for our range if we're going to range out through here. But there's always that chance it's going to end up back down here over summer or something like that, right? But right now, I think there's something there could get a little traction. It makes me want to come back over here and take a look at total 3 or total ES and everything. And I can't find a good argument unless we can air trap you. Oh, it's time for some good ass coffee.
The
morning's gray, the clocks are full, the world outside moves slow, so slow. But there's a spark, a golden glow, good ass coffee's here, you know. Oh, the best part of waking up is good ass coffee in your cup.
All right. So part of my reason for not having as much confidence in altcoins is because of what we're seeing on Total ES or Total 3 and the altcoins and things like that. They're not at a good spot, or they could drop. That's why I'm not having very much confidence in some of these altcoins. That and this Ichimoku cloud is saying, I'm going to get you. She's not giving us the signs that inviting us to come into that red cloud. This is not an invitation. This is like, I'm getting ready to slap your ass again. And I don't like that. I don't like the way they talk to me that way. So we took that move and everything. And we haven't been here since May, and that hasn't been that long, all right? You got this other idea to look at over here. This one looks it's the same thing, just scaled down. So I'm going to put these areas, and you see that kind of brings the 360 into play. And 7.2, it might be a bumpy ride through here. But I can see 20% coming. That could happen. It's draw like a rock. And the reason I think that we might not be able to hold, this is leveling out a little bit, 886 fib. That's a good place to start. It's a great little starting place. It's usually the best place to start, but Total 3 is making me doubt these things right now. So we can see some volume come in. Let's check our indicators for the 4 hour and see if they're giving us something. Oh yeah, we saw that little, that's good. Indicators are looking good, except for this little indicator. This one looks like it wants to wring our neck again. All right, so 15 minute. How are you looking over here on the 15 minute? 15 minute looks interesting. If that 50 moving average can hold right here, if it will not lose that blue one, it's ready to bump up. I would be cautious about it coming up and making a lower high and coming into that green cloud though. We got a nice little W over here. This one is technically, I think it's technically just a hair lower. I've seen something else do this. My warning is that it looks like you lost the trend line and it's at the 50s, so it's. I don't think. I'm wondering how bullish can you get on that 4 hour? I mean, for real. So 15 minute. I want to see this 50 moving average hold. We come down to the 3 minute. I'm just going all over the place, aren't I? You're at the 200 moving average for that. Okay. I don't see an entry right now. I just don't see an entry right now. No matter how I look at it, I just keep seeing a trend break. This is a good place. It's finding support in the 886. It did do a double bottom over here, retesting that area. You got an argument for it to go up. I'm not trying to be a bearish bias. There's an argument for the play here. And you can do a trade setup over here. And you can get some nice little tight stop losses. And I definitely would go tight. Don't want it losing that 200 moving average right there. Also don't want it losing that 886. That would give you almost a 3-to-1, 2.6. If you went right underneath there, you can get a big risk to reward ratio. Tight ass stop loss. On the 3 minute time frame though, so take it with a grain of salt. Are you trying to go up? But as we're doing that, being under this trend line, you've got this bearish cross happening here and leveling out over here. I'm not expecting it's going to have to struggle just to even get up this high over here. So this might be a more realistic target right here. With this type of stop loss, it's a 5-to-1. Hell, that makes me almost want to try that. What is this? The 0.023? That is fractions of a penny. It's a 2% move. Something there. All right, let's take a look at that was a Giga, right? Let's take a look at Tectum over here. Don't want the market cap. That's this one doesn't have volume on it, but that's got the longest chart. How about Mech C? That's pretty good. Tectum emission token. Zoom out. Oh, we have looked at this before. Low to high. Tighten it up a little bit. And we're at the 786. Went a little bit lower. Trendline held. When's the last time I looked at this? Bullish 200 over the 360. It gave us the red dot and momentum waves coming down, and this is tricky. I've seen this on a lot of altcoins over here, especially on the bigger time frames like the daily and 12-hour. Where stochastics are just right here. For some reason, I got this 60% line. I can't remember why I did that. But it's like we got some more momentum that can be coming down over here. Question is, will it? There's some bullish divergence. I see that. You're below the signal line. That's bearish. There's a lot of mixed signals over here. A lot of mixed signals. And the 9 looks like you're trying to cross bearishly over that 200. So it does look like the possibility that 886 may come into play, but that would break trend line, and that's where it gets all hairy, right? The bullish divergence not going to kick in. It would be safer to wait if we recovered 3.8 cents before you got in, unless you're just trying to front run it and you're cool with however what you're doing. There might be a surprise little drop, though. That's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of that little surprise drop that might be coming. I don't know. That would feel like it's coming out of nowhere. With all these mixed signals over here, I mean, your MACD, she could do duck lips, could turn around all of a sudden because we're at support, or she could say, I want to dump you. It's like if we weren't this far down already, it looked like it's trying to set up for something to come up on some of these indicators, right? All right, let's go down to the 4-hour. Let's make it a little bit more interesting here. Now you get me. You get me interested over here. It's still the same thing, right? Ichimoku cloud looking like it wants to strangle us right here with that little thingy thing. But the other indicators, they want to make things interesting. All but the moving averages, they're rolling over. We've got dueling indicators. We have got dueling indicators. That is what I find so crazy. Amazingly crazy. So is there a trade here? There is. We got a trend line idea. That's what I would be playing. We could do a trade setup. I don't know how well she will perform, though. Again, 360 moving average where we're getting that bearish cross. That would make a nice little target area. Would it be worth taking? 3.8 to 1 from where we are now. Stop loss below there. I can't argue with that. That's worth taking as a trade. That's going from 37 to 40 cents. I just got no guarantees that we're going to do it. It might have to struggle a lot to get up there. This part of the cloud's thick, so if it ran up through there and it printed out a little green over here, maybe that's exactly what we're looking for, but will it? But you are at the 800 moving average, and if we reclaim that, then, and it looks like we're trying to, or have we? Let's put the regular candles on over here. Are you above it or not? It hasn't cleared it yet. So this is really up to your risk appetite. There's a good chance. There's a good, I mean, I've been green dot, green candle. This indecision dozy possibly making what I think it's called a morning star or something. And they got to see which indicators cancel out and all this. There's just no volume behind this push up though. All the volume was selling. There's no volume pushing up. And that's something to watch out too, right? She still looks pissed as hell. Still looks, but at least we're here though. This is thick. This would qualify. We could go up through there. All right, so Tectum. That was the hot shit. That was the big. Didn't Tectum get up to like? It got up high, right? It got up to $46, and now it's at 30 something cents. How does that happen? Did they have an exploit or something? I can't remember. All right. like I'm coming across with a bearish base. I mean, just kind of a bearish bias. I mean, I feel like I don't have anything against these altcoins, but I have very little faith in altcoins right now, and I guess that's coming through. They got to show me some stuff. This is good. 9 over the 21. That's good. This is the weekly, right?
Bitcoin doing that slow sway, dancing like it's tipsy on wine. I'm just sitting
The hell's that?
saying, baby, you looking fine. All coins out here, panic selling, screaming like they saw a
That's not crossed yet. I'm still getting about 46 cents. I'm going across several different time frames and just kind of looking around, and all the while we've already went up a little penny over here, right? I believe it might be worth playing. It may be worth playing. It's just like it's going to have a little rough. It's going to have a rough starter. It's going to have a rough time around 40. See what we can do over there. She needs to come up and made a lower low. It needs to come up and take this high out at 44. But I would start looking for some profits there. Would that be worth it? Would that trade, just to make a simple trade, just to get back where we were, would that be worth it? And for some people, for a lot of people, it would. That's about a 2.5 to 1. Not a great. I really prefer a 3 or better, but it could still do that. This is still bullish. That's still bullish. This is not, but I'm starting to wonder if I'm very much helped anybody tonight. Be honest with you. I would take this. Normally, under normal circumstances, I would take it, and I would probably come over. Do I have any money in this damn account? Are you over here? I'm not in a trade right now. Not in a trade right now. Let me come over and take a look at Bitcoin, because that's usually the one I'm truly looking at. Where you at? It's still dropping from where we looked at it last time. Only have to go to the chart. I would be interested in taking that trade as something local, just to have something to do out of boredom, and I guess I can with this tiny account. Unfortunately, doesn't look like Arbit. You're the exchange for D-Gems, though, Arbit. That's what you told me. You don't have Tectum? Well, I guess I'm not taking that trade then. Well, that's a little disappointing. Okay. I think there's worth a play. I think it's worth a play. There is there? There's some weak divergence there, some weak. So I think we can get something out of here. I'm just wondering, it's got to get past this area over here at 37.8 or at 38, clear 38. And like I said, that would probably be the safest bet, to wait till it did that to see how high it could go. But there's still some other things that you got to fight with, like this trend line over here. So I mean, this is 2-hour chart, so keep that in mind. This one may try your patience. So confirmations would probably be a little bit less stressful move. You just won't be catching that low little fraction of a penny cent price there. Let's take a look at redo. Resistance Dawg. Oh man, I haven't looked at this in a minute. What are you looking like? A lot of people like this one. Was it back before Donald Trump destroyed meme coins? September 2024. That one got up to $1. Resistance Dawg. I remember people talking about it. I think I've had a short-term play on. I had it for a little bit. There was another one. What was it? Looked like an Insane Clown Posse face on it. Oh, I can't remember, but people were talking about it a lot, and I haven't heard that one mentioned in a while. I don't even know why I did that. Doesn't matter right now. So this one on the daily is coming back. Hasn't quite got to that 200 moving average. That's at 4.5 cents. We're at 5.6. I think that would come out. Let's take a look on the 4-hour and see what we're. Ooh, look at that big old orange dot right there. That big old yellow dot. That's supposed to be the super divergence thing. It's a nice thing for strong divergence. But the thing is, I don't know how reliable the other lines giving us divergence. You got to play here. Ichimoku Cloud on everything looks like it wants to kick our ass, though. Every chart I'm looking at, the Ichimoku Cloud sitting there mean mugging me like, yeah, go ahead, make that move. See what I do. See what I do. Go ahead. You want to try me? You want to try me? And after last night, because I tried it, I'm kind of like, I don't know if I want to try you or not, Ichimoku Cloud. I'm kind of scared of you right now. I think you need to take a Valium and chill the hell out. All right. So here on the 4 hour, you do have some good signs. Look, this is starting to look promising. If we can get the flip over here. So 4 hour MACDs looks like it could have some possibilities here. The 4 hour RSI has already flipped over 30%. You already got your buy signal there and above the signal line. It's saying I'm getting some go aheads, some possible go aheads over here. Not so much for Divergence, but you got an 800 moving average, and that's like, that's one of my little thingies I like. Let's fib her out and see if we got a nice little bottoming area over here. And I'm saying, hell yeah, it's 1618. Now, I mean, you got to get past over here, right? The 7 cent area, but hell, that's about 25% profit or more, right? Damn. I'm jonesing. You got me jonesing now. I'm jonesing. I don't care what you say, Ichimoku Cloud. You're not going to run my life. I'm playing by the fib. Screw you. But I do have a probably low expectations for a target, though. I'm looking at 0.5. Not looking really at much past 0.5 or 618.
That's my only mission.
I hope it makes me feel like I should have held on longer, but that's probably as long as I'm going to hold on as we come up and start retesting the bottom areas over here. Maybe we're lucky to actually get up there and touch that one, right? 200 moving averages up there. I'm on the 36-minute chart right now. I want to go in on redo. You're looking sexy AF to me. Got a green dot on this one right here, 36-minute. Let's just take her on down. I want to go to the 15-minute. You're below the 200. I'm about to talk bad about you, but I like what you're doing. Let's do it. Let's get some trim lines going on over here. Bodies to bodies is what I'd really want. Does that count? Did you lose it? Don't make me go to Wix now. I don't think I like that one so much. Wait a minute. Okay. Always in the back of my head, I hear Joe saying, he's never going to use that damn magnet tool. He's just use that damn magnet tool. It's always in the back of my head when I get in these situations. Above the 9, I like that. I want you to redo. I want to give you a chance on this weird ass thing that usually doesn't ever work out for me when I see these little guys. But hell, for some reason, I feel lucky today, punk. I'm coming. I want to go over here and take a little shot and redo. Thank you for being hell. I want. Are you serious, Arbit? You don't have redo either? It's your 2nd anniversary. I swear you were the hey man, you got any you got any rewards? I haven't checked over here for a while. Do I get a cover voucher? I'm gonna check in now. I got it expires on 6/11. I got 4 days to use this. Oh hell, I'm trading on you now. Coverage voucher. Do I have it? Or am I good to go? I'm clicking on it, but that's all I'm doing. I want to rewind you or refresh you. I'm checked in. Predict NBA Finals and win. You guys already know who won. All right, I'm checked in. Back to bonus center today, right? I think I'm good, right? Let's go to future. Did you give me $10 extra? No. Prediction market rewards. What are we doing? I'm looking for. We're on oil right now. We were looking for... I was looking for redo, but it doesn't give it to me. Well, you suck ass, man. Do we have you, Blowfin, over here? Do you have any money in you, Blowfin? Because I don't think you got... Do you have it? Really? You don't have it either? Well, that sucks. I was wanting to play that for a short... I guess I could go to Jupiter, but I don't want to do that. Look here on the 50-minute wake at the red dot. She's hanging around. It's not that bad, though. She's been hanging really steady right through here. I like it for a long, but I have no place to trade it. I don't know how interesting this has been for anybody, but thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it, King Kel. You're my favorite. Greg says, thanks, Road Dog. Are you leaving? Redo the funds. I know, what? Bush on Parade says, I made it. How we doing? Now we're just watching Bitcoin die again. Oh, wait a minute. Did you come back up? No, you're still dying. She's still dropping. She's slowly dropping. She lost to 50 now. And I've just been watching people. I've been watching people today, like on some streams and things. There's a new streamer on the... I hasn't say Sin City. They've been streaming a lot over there, and it's interesting. But I just feel like I was wondering, is that going to entice people to jump in on every little thing? Because it's like they're trying to scalp every little thing. When did scalping become the main thing to do over here? Like, oh, we're going to take that little thing. I mean, scalping is not known to be the most profitable trading method out there. And I just wonder why there's such of a... Well, I think I know. I think the exchanges are behind it. The exchanges love it. Exchanges love it. You pull it back to the 0.5 right there, so we got a good chance to be hitting you right here. So again, a different chart, but I'm still looking for that same one, 59,400, 59,500. Since you just lost that level, I'm going to do the kind of trades that I hate to do. I hate these trades. I do. Some people, it's their bread and butter when you lose a level to go in for a short because we lost the level. I mean, wait for a confirmation candle of some sorts over here. If you get one. It's my least favorite. It's my least favorite. I hate shorting here. It's like shorting support. It can easily just do that 113, come back up. But I've got a reason to believe that we're coming down to 59,400. So it makes me want to take one of them little, gosh darn it, on one of these small accounts over here. We're going over to Bitcoin, we said, and then it didn't do it. Hello, Bitcoin. Oh my gosh. See, this is what happens when you let a boomer get behind the driving wheel. There we go. Look, I can get up to 500x over here. Let's do it. Oh my God, you're already 20x over here. All right, Bitcoin. I'm looking for 5940. I should. I think it's going to be about 59.45 on this one. Oh man, Arbit doesn't have that little thing where I can slide them up and down. I keep forgetting that. That's why I like Blowpin. Nor can I get my little price levels over here or take profit. What's happening here? I'm on the 15-minute and then come down the smaller time frame. Because, oh, you dropping, ain't you? Come on and drop. Did you get me in? Look, we're at 0.68% in profit. Yay! For what? How much? Oh my God, that's such a tiny trade. And then what, you go green on me now? You little dirty bastard, you. You little dirty bastard, you. I want a bigger trade than that. This is a small account, but I didn't mean to go that small in the trade. All right, so I need to set my stop loss. Now, ideally, we'd set it over here, but that's kind of that doesn't give me a very good risk reward ratio now, does it? I'm going to go above. I'm on what 1 minute time. Oh, jeez. Be a degen. I'm going at my invalidation point, which is basically right around 60,600. That's why you get stopped out all the time. It might be. It might be. It definitely can. But I can move it over here, right? If I do this, where do you put me? You're not going to tell me? You're not going to tell me how much I lose there? Whatever. Of course you would bounce after I bought you after you broke that level. That's what you always do, you little bastards. That's why I hate that. I hate that trading setup. I hate it. My least favorite. But I tell you what, they have worked out a lot because the trend is your friend. They worked out a lot for a lot of people. A lot of times I could have done it and avoided it. It does work out because the trend is coming down, and thus says the Ichimoku and the bearish cross on this 3 minute, the death cross over here where we got rejected. That's my stop loss, 60.90. Oh, is that where we are? Yeah, okay, 6,900. So I've got my stop loss in a good spot, I believe. Well, keep on falling down, Bitcoin. Do what you do. You know you want to drop like a rock, you little dirty bastard. 1 minute is getting ready to tear up, man. Ichimoku Cloud is saying, I'm getting ready to sock it to you. You see how thin and spindly that is under the red? That is it pissed as hell. It's like a hornet's nest. It's pissed off as all hell. That makes me want to FOMO even harder before it takes off. It's for real. I'm feeling the FOMO. Shoot. Now I'll pull my stop loss down a little bit though. And if you spike up, I'm going to be so pissed at you. Alright, I put my stop loss over here about the 100 moving average area. Right above the old cloud that's getting rated, that's trying to tell us that it's pissed off. And so I'm sitting here shorting because it lost this level. Not my typical setup whatsoever. It's not my chosen. I would like these points over here with some of these lower highs to do this. But yet I did it anyway because I'm being a total degen. But as I do that, I come over here and then I look at these things and they're like, you know, we're in a good position, just flip right up on you at any moment. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, we're like so deep in the red over here on the 1 minute. Like, how far do you think that we're going to go down in the red before we just flip up and take all your money away from you? And all of them say, like, but Ichimoku said you're getting ready to. So which one's going to take me? Who's going to win? Ichimoku or is RSI? Because RSI is at 18% over here. Scrolling out, yeah, we can get a little bit lower, but not usually too much more. But somehow she did. Look at her drop like a rock. I don't feel it. See, Ichimoku Cloud don't lie that much. I think Ichimoku Cloud is trying to save our asses if we're looking, or maybe it's just out to get us all. Yeehaw! Oh, I'm up 6% on this tiny ass trade. Still a tiny ass trade. What leverage? 20x. For Bitcoin, that's okay for this. Still looking for my targets. Thank God I don't have to go with this in fibs. I can just go with the fibs. Screw what the other indicators say. Sometimes I like it when I don't even put the other indicators over. I do like my moving averages though. And I do like my cloud. Just always there in the background just to tell me what it's thinking. You guys ever seen the whole cloud indicator? You guys ever seen what it looks like? It's you can see why I don't use it. I'll show you because you would not be able to see my charts at all. Ichimoku Cloud, let's bring you up over here and let's take off our moving averages. And somehow I'm still breathing. And maybe I know I'll just put a new Ichimoku over here. That's what I'll do. Let's turn that one off. That'd be the easiest thing. I don't have to go back and reset. So we put Ichimoku cloud in here, and this is what it looks like. Yeah. How's that? How would you like to come here every day and look at all that? On top of moving averages and everything else. You can see why I don't use it. Now, they're interesting things, but it's been so long I forgot. They had Japanese names, Tinkin something. It's kind of like moving averages, and I think something kind of like VWAP. I gotta go back and refresh my memory. The cloud is the only thing that I'm interested in, which is not really showing up very well over here. Where is the cloud? Oh, it's really faint. Oh, I see. It's got the outlines on it too. I took the outlines off. But that's what it looks like, and it can look pretty gosh darn hairy, right? It's like, am I glitching right now? It looks like I'm glitching right now. What does all this shit mean? And how do you work this? And I understand that, and it's really a cool system. It's got a whole trading system behind it. But now maybe you see why I just like keeping the cloud. It's so much easier, right? Come on, there's that little pump, you little pumper dumper, you. You know what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to be looking for a fib for like a 414 over here. Did you 414 or 272? 414? 414 it is. All right. I'm not scared about it getting me out though. I think we're just going to roll up close over here and then roll back over, right? All right, well, we're just watching Bitcoin just slowly burn down. Now that could be an AB. Oh my God, we're doing it. We're doing the Elliott wave talk. It's a good thing Elliott waves use fifths too. Oh man, am I off? Can't be that damn shaky, dude. There's a 786 there. I'm not expecting it to hold. I'm sure we'll get something over there, but I'm not expecting it to hold. I'm basically looking at this with a slight possibility that we go for this one. That would suck, but it's there. We're looking for that lower one. That's called an alt. An alt bat pattern right there, and this is your regular bat pattern right here with your lower high there. It's a bullish bat pattern. It's called bullish, believe it or not. And it's because it's bullish. When it confirms down here, it should reverse, is the idea from it. So that's what I'm looking for here on the 1 minute chart on Bitcoin. There's not really much going on in this market, but everything just kind of tanking at the moment. Dash, you're at $30. So you guys got your plan figured out, how you're going to do for the next 6 to 8 months? I keep mentioning that because it's a good thing to start thinking about now. Especially if June is one of the bottom buying months, there can be some opportunities here. And I'm speaking mostly for Bitcoin and maybe your select favorite altcoin that you think has value, one that's kind of proven themselves for you. And I especially like the ones that are at 886 retracements right now. And the ones that are at 786 and 886 retracements, even some of those that got those lower lows, but those can be tricky, right? I'm very interested in those, and the ones in the rounded bottoms. Very interested in any kind of rounded bottom that I see at this point right now, because those could spike up during the summer rally before they come back down. They could be interesting, right? Let me come back over to the chat here. We've been going for 2 hours, and we haven't really done very much. No need for permit or citations. Can you please let me know what are we talking about? Hey, Turkey, do you know any free app that I can get to make background music for my YouTube video with no copyright? Most of them have free stuff, and I don't know, maybe they changed it recently. But I heard that Google had something. And I never have tried it out, but let's shoot. You know, one of the easiest things I can do is come over here and just ask this little dude, hey. Hey, doesn't Google?
I started talking to my sats like they were old friends. They told me hold tight, this ride never ends. The rug pull fears melted into purple haze. I was laughing so hard I forgot what day it was.
Doesn't Google have a, yes, Google does have a free AI music platform called Music LM, but it's not publicly available as a standalone consumer product like you might expect. Here's the current situation. Oh, there's more. Concerned about general technologies being held back from public release while Google works on responsible ad. So they pulled it? Are they not? There are other free alternatives like Suno AI and Udio. I've never used it. I use AI Song Generator. That's where I go. That might help you out. A lot of people like Suno and Udio. And you there should be free tiers on there. I mean, you should be able to go test it out and everything, and you should be able to download your song. They were talking about maybe changing that with all this new stuff. Eventually, here's the idea that they're floating for AI music, where you can go onto the well, eventually Spotify being one of those platforms. Have you guys been keeping up with this? Let me kind of explain it. So AI music. The platforms are, because of all the copyright and the licenses and all the music industry started buying up the platforms, right? Yeah, they're trying to centralize it all and everything. But eventually, like Spotify and that, you can go make your songs. You can create. They want you to remix them. Take a real artist song and remix it and use AI and use it that way, and maybe even be able to generate some kind of income if it catches on and gets popular or something for a remix. So that's something that we're looking for coming out. And then also, where you're not going to be able to download your songs. They're going to have to stay there on the platform, and they'll distribute them for you if you want to take that route. But I think they're going to take it away from the ability to download your songs and actually basically own them. They'll have it so that they can get the lion's share of the, typical record company bullshit applied to digital stuff. Like they haven't already screwed us out of streaming revenue as it is. So, I made a whopping $38 this past year and a half with the streams that I've had.
Yeah, man. But then I got high.
And I still owe Joe $14.
For real?
And he'll be richer than I am.
You idiot. Now my bags are full of nothing. And I know.
I was watching us slowly burn down on that little. I hated the enter, but it worked out, right? Listening triangle pattern.
Oh man.
That failed double bottom. Let me come back to the chat over here.
Yeah, that'll do
Well, I turned that up too loud. It's not my favorite version of the song. It's not my favorite version. It's the first version. It's not the favorite. Another joke. Let me catch up with the chat over here and let's see. Not go back too far. King Cal said, thanks, Robotics. Anytime, my man. I appreciate you. Thank you for supporting the channel, too. Hope you got something out of that, and I hope my bias wasn't coming. I thought you had some good setups. I thought they had some good opportunities. I just don't know what the market's trying to rug us right now. Going into the weekend. So, being a little bit more conservative is how I'm feeling. Been eyeballing Codec Flow. Codec idea is interesting. Websites looking legit chart. Codec. I hadn't heard of them. Let's go check them out. Codec Flow. It's on Solana. I'm very interested in accumulating Solana this cycle. Got 1 billion coins, so reasonable total supply, and most of 75% of it's out there. It's a pump.fun meme coin though, or a pump.fun coin, unless they assigned a value to it. So it's saying Codec, but it was made on. It says PB Pump, right?
Pulled another chart up.
First operator platform built on vision language actions. Weird that they would choose pump.fun to launch this. I'm just saying. Let's go to GitHub. Wait a minute, why does it say pump over there though? Why?
Pulled another
if you got a GitHub, I'm looking at the other one. What's going on over here? What are you guys up to? Last updated January 14th. Last updated December 23rd, 2025. Branding. Now, what are you building? Oh, we got a GitHub. We don't ever have anything to update over here since April, September. Okay. Not much going on there. If I'm reading this right, it's a... okay, but what's this? What's this peak address? That thing where it says pump on the end, that's what's... It is a pump.fund coin. So... They just... Okay. So it doesn't have a direct use. That means that they could change the use case of this at any time, just like I could on my road token. I could decide to use it as access into the Telegram group or access to music. I could decide and find how to do it and just find a way to gate it where it requires that coin to keep whatever service going on. But Rode doesn't. It's not like a layer one that contributes. It's not. I mean, I could also do that with Bitcoin or Ethereum or Solana. Solana in that case. I could take Solana just as easy as I could Rodecoin, right? And probably a better choice because Solana would probably hold its value better than Rodecoin unless the use case really made it take off or whatever, right? So I'm not seeing... I mean, it sounds really cool, but is it real? Is it real? And does it need the coin to operate, or is it just a platform with a coin? Is what I'm asking. I'm not trying to badmouth it. I'm just this is the things the little red flags that kind of come up to me when I'm looking at something. So where's your? Do you have a website? You got a Twitter, a Telegram, but here's the website. This is hidden by that. Codec Flow AI. They got a white paper, which I would definitely recommend probably reading on this. Robotics accessible to everyone. We're building open source tools to build, simulate, deploy, and train robotics. So are they just using the pump.fund mean to generate some capital? That starts getting into security issues if not done correctly. Hugging face for AI, peak is in on it. Solana, okay, through Solana, but pump.fund. I'm not understanding how the coin is. Building a robot should feel like vibe coding a website. Describe the scene, drop in a robot, watch it move, export to Mujoko or Isaac Sim when you're ready to scale. Try it. It's not found. Try SDK. Try crack. And then it takes me over to their GitHub. Odd. Okay. It tells me to try it. Oh, here we go. Now I got something. Open a tab in your end, drag a robot into the scene, operate it, capture training data, export the pipeline you're ready to use. Okay. And I just, whoa, look at you. What the hell am I at? What is this? Looks like my 3D printer thing. Slicer. Okay. Not once has it asked me for a token to use this. I'm just kind of wondering. So where's the value for the token? That's what I'm trying to, that's the mystery I'm trying to solve. Maybe I should come back to the chat. You guys might already know that. All right. Well, let's take a look at let's look at the price history. Let's see. September 2025, 9 months ago, it was down 92% at 4.5 cents. Well, that was its all-time high, was 4.5 cents. It's down 92% from that 4.5 cents, right? And now it's 0.001. Oh, wait a minute. All-time low was about a year ago, so it's held above it. It's 161% behind, but above its low. I'm just going to have to take a look at the damn chart. It's starting to get some traction over here, but okay, let's do market cap. Oh, damn it. Come on. Does it track? Seems like it tracks. Kind of disappears. I'm guessing they're carbon copies of each other. $2.6 million market cap. You got 1,000 or 1 billion because that's standard with it. It's got a $2 million market cap, so they graduated from Pump Fund. And unless it's got PB Pump, so is there like a separate category of Pump? I'm just asking. Is a Pump Fund got something else going on for? To me, as a project, I don't know why they picked Pump.Fund, because it has a reputation for meme coins. That's what I'm wondering for a serious AI project. Why would you pick that? Did the AI tell you to pick that? And what's the use case for the coin? This is my two biggest questions. No judgments or anything. So let's take a look at it. Codec. It's on KSEX. And let's go zoom out. 4 hour. So you can make an argument. We're trying to do the double bottom with the butt crack over here. It looks like she already got 886 to, or is it 886? It's like 786. Let's see. Getting tired. I'm getting hard for me to get in right there. 886 just, yeah. Isn't it crazy? I mean, you guys that watch me have been watching me for all these years. I would say probably about 90, I would go as far as to say probably about 97, 98% of the things that we look at. I mean, we know what fibs to look at, and they're there. That's where they go. They respect the fibs. Where we can just eyeball it and say that looks like that, and then you go and this. Every once in a while you'll see where it doesn't kind of match up just right, or something like that. They might be off a little, go a little bit below and everything, but a lot of times they just so much respect it. This is cool. Higher highs. Nice little expansion idea with a little trap there.
Yo, we lit. Charts moving, or is that?
Then you got this idea where we lost that channel. Which just kind of signifies the resistance that we'll have. Another trend line here that we could arguably say that you bear trapped into, which could send us up for a nice little short squeeze, as they like to call it, or retest. And we got back above this area, or that's what we're testing right now, is this little area over here.
I said it's called vibes, bro. You wouldn't understand the game.
Okay. Well, I like the 886. I like that we got some traction over there. So we want to see it get past the 382. After that, we want to see it get past the 0.5. If we get past these two areas here, then that's where the resistance is going to come in. Then we got a stronger chance to actually make it up to start testing this high, or maybe even get a higher high to match this higher low. So you got lots of choices, man. You get a lower high, a double top, or a higher high. And once we figure that out, that will help us figure out the next move. But right now, 886, that's good. If you're looking for the higher high, I'm going to be looking at 0.008, and that's quite a come up from here, man. That's like a 4. That's a 4x. I don't know what the use of this coin is, but I'm finding some interesting things on the charts. Bodies to bodies. Ooh, I move that. We don't need it. That's cool. I'll draw it back when I need it. Oh, I didn't need it. Damn it. So some a possible strong resistance area through here. Oh, that's even better. Now we got 3 touch areas right over here. 3 touch points over here. I think we're going from body to wick to wick. Or body, however it works out. 3 touch points. That makes that strong. Oh, that makes me want to look for some other things over here. Oh, Snapdragon. Look at that. All right. So resistance up ahead here. Just easier to do with the fibs. Easier at the fibs. All right, we got our 886. I turn off my, see, I say if I turn off my moving averages and stuff like that, I'll forget all about them and not even use that stuff. All right, so first area is 0.004. We're at 0.0034. That's a good little 30% come up right there. Basically, these two little guys right here, I want to see what happens first. That could turn, that could possibly. Let's get our moving averages up here. Oh, Death Cross. We'll go on the 4 hour. I don't like this 1 hour. The 1 hour looks interesting. So, So we got to break past this red line. That's our 236 area. This is our accumulation area. So technically this would be the area to accumulate. That's kind of cool. Double bottom, retested that. She's coming down a little bit, but yeah, I can see a good target there. That, if we can get past it, maybe up here. So let's say from where we are now up to there, that's 25%, 44%. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Most everything I'm looking at right here, 200 moving average. And that would be the first one I'd be looking at. I got the little head and shoulder kind of thing. So this idea would have about a 64% chance if you want to look at it as a head and shoulder. It's got a nice tight vertical neckline there, so and we have about a 64% chance to come back up and retest that. So these two targets are pretty cool. All right, short term I can see some stuff. This is the 1 hour. If I was on the 15 trying to get in, well, that's a good place to get in. Ribbon flip here. Yeah. Codec. Who's got it? You got it over here? I can see a short-term play on this. Codec, are you over here? But I don't understand what it is for the long-term and how it's used, but I can definitely see a play here. I'll just go ahead and spell it out over here. I'll throw it out there, baby. We're going to throw it out there. I'm looking for this one. Oh, damn it. I can't do it that way, can I?
Yo, Marcus, I've been looking at this new thing called Peep Cousin. Man, I just want to go home. Just one more bag, fam. One more bag and we out. You said that an hour ago. Trust the process, bro.
Trust the dip dealer.
Safe place to put a moving average or put a stop loss so you won't get stopped out. Safest place is way down here, but honestly, if you lose the 200 moving average, I would go underneath it. That's what's going to affect your risk reward, but you got a 3-to-1 even with it down here at the bottom of the trend line. What would it be? We go just a little bit under. Still close. That's a 4-to-1 from way down here if you want to do that. So it's up to you where you want to put your stop loss in. What would invalidate for me on the 15-minute would be breaking below the 200. So, I mean, you can definitely get some good risk-reward management if it doesn't get stopped out and it doesn't come down and decide I'm going to come down to the bottom of the trend line. And it could do that. It made a lower high, right? And these are the things to be watching out for. You broke a trend line. This is where a lot of people are putting things into a flag, right? They're not looking at the original trend line. They come in and they just find something over here and then start doing this and then start doing this, and they just go with all these other trend lines, right? And it looks cool at the time, right? We're just modifying the flag, man. It's just filling out, man. We're just going to wait till it hits a certain moving average or whatever time frame and whatever, and it keeps. But that was a big thing, and then this one here, you 3-touch trend line. We lost it. That's kind of a big deal. Kind of a big deal. So flag idea, no flaggy. Doing something else. It could be a lower high, and it could be taking us down. Just possibilities. A 618. That's cool. Came up here. It could be going as low as here, from what I can see. I mean, it can go lower, but if it goes below the 200 moving average, I could see this as being a possible support area. So I definitely want to put my stop loss somewhere below there and maybe think of a layer in option as being I'm saying this as we got a bullish crossover here on the moving averages. This could do good. But I just don't like it losing the trend line. I don't like it losing the trend line. There's other trend lines to consider though. You got this idea here, and that's what we're hoping for. This is what we're hoping for. We're hoping that it'll respect this little trend line here. It has before. It was resistance, and now it's 2 points of support. Hopefully we're going to come to it and touch it, or maybe just come close to touching it and bounce the hell up, right? That's what I'm looking for. So I would feel better to have, but it could just be a mean wick. They can play games with us. I think there's something here. I like it. You got a 1, 2, and if it bounces immediately here, that could be your 4 and go up here for. We're doing the Elliott count. Oh God, sorry. I think it's got possibility on the short-term time frame. I can see that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I feel. I see some trade setups and everything, but I have very little conviction on things right now. Maybe it's just because of the exhaustion of 2 streams today and just the way the market is and everything. Trying not to be biased about anything, but I just feel like I'm just willing to overlook some things. Yeah, not having a stellar week, it kind of sucks, doesn't it? Watching all these things come down as low as they did, as quick as they did, and then hear other people just we're definitely probably going to end up lower. I do expect us to go lower. I believe that we're going to go to 40, the calls to 40,000. I'm like, we don't want to break the damn market. I don't want to see the market break. I can see it's coming down, but we don't want to hit breaking points, and I don't want to break a damn major weekly, monthly trend line either. I can't see that. I mean, I know we're in a bear market. We're breaking that monthly trend line on Bitcoin and even on total, on altcoins like Total 3 and all that stuff. That does not spell a quick recovery. That spells a lot of slow burn down and sideways and stuff that we probably don't want to be with over the summer. Want to probably find something else to invest in other than that, right? So I don't want to see those lines, bros. What a joke. Is so low at $40 yet? Ooh, what if it did? Sub XRP one. Yeah, there we go. 40K Bitcoin. Let's go. See, it sounds good. It sounds good. But if it really happens, I mean, it would have to be a quick buyback. That's what you would want to see. You want to see it drop down and then boom, it not last there. But my take is, if we make it down there, everybody's going to be hating. Think of Solana at $8. There's only a handful of people that were like, oh my God, hell yeah. Most people were like, I'm done. This sucks. This thing's dead. I don't want this. I mean, sure, it made a comeback, but it took a while. We're hoping that we bottom out in 4 months. If that situation happens, I don't see a bottom out in 4 months in the recovery. I see another damn year to try to work ourselves out of that. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't suppose you could quickly look at DGen. I can. Been a shitty week for everything. It has. Selling may walk away. It won again. Selling may walk away. I don't sell enough in May to walk away. Looking at my E-Trade account, I'm like, shouldn't I have more cash to invest right now? Good dive on Codec, dude. Thanks for some things I didn't think about. I'm just curious, what is the use case? If it's a layer 1, it'd have its own chain or something, or if it was I don't know. A lot of the AI things, I mean, we see that in crypto a lot, but what do the tokens actually do for AI? Because GPUs are what runs AI, not tokens, right? Are you buying time? And then why is it this particular token and not your base layer? Because that would be the most efficient thing. I'll just give you Solana for some stuff. Does that sound like a better business plan? Then go through all the, we're going to have to make up our own token, and actually, I think it would work out better if you had an AI platform and said, yeah, we're charging Solana, we're taking Solana for it. Wouldn't that be a better thing? But it's just like when, back in the early days, and then copy and paste Bitcoin or Litecoin and make and make their little clones and their own little things. And this one's going to do this, and this one's going to do this, and same thing when the Ethereum tokens came out, right? This is going to do this, and this is, but you could have just used Ethereum. That was my whole argument for a lot of times. But couldn't you just use Ethereum for it?
This is all fun.
I mean,
Yeah, mate.
some of them do have some good use cases, but then you got a lot of things on Ethereum and Solana and stuff that they really don't. They really don't. And in a bear market, that's usually where you see what they're really, really worth. And a lot of them don't ever make a comeback. So, I mean, just be cautious. Be cautious on whatever coins that you choose. Make sure they got a good use case that's actually going to build value.
Relax, Mom. It's called technical analysis.
Or else you might be the value that they're going to take. All right, so what is it? That was this Codec here on the, what is it, the 4 hour? If that 9 crosses at 21, and we can get in this thick cloud, that's good. So I do see something here in small time frame. I do. All right, so I got asked to look at
You're finished, mate.
Tried explaining
DJ.
at the corner shop. He looked at me like I just grown a second head on top. Now I'm in the bath talking to Robert Ducky about halving.
Oh wow, look at you.
Duck reckons I should sell.
I said, you don't know what you're
I
saying.
wasn't expecting that.
Got £3 left in the bank and half a
So
sale
DJing
race,
is supposed to
sausage
be some
roll.
kind of little layer, but basically for meme coins. I mean, I don't know if it's, I can compare it to Pump.Fun or not.
Piss on a group chat last night.
I replied with a voice note.
It's good and nicely made higher highs over here. That's a good sign.
Bitcoin.
Absolute melted mess.
Still telling everyone this is financial.
This is the 3-day I'm looking at.
Legend in my
A
own.
little sliver of green coming in. Okay.
Blame
Crosses.
the chat.
You absolute melt. This is fine.
Let's take all the old stuff off.
Process, yeah.
Dave, love.
You need help.
The only thing I'm concerned about going into summer is the butt crack theory. Are we getting a June pump to just only come back through August and September and all that to make another double bottom over here? That's what I'm concerned about with a lot of these altcoins that are doing this. Now the ones that are down here and they haven't spiked up, they might get that opportunity during the summer rallies. But the ones that have already spiked up, I'm kind of wondering about. All right, so let's come down to smaller time frame. That looks good. This is the daily. Above the daily 200. Well, you're bullish. Definitely bullish in the bear market on the. That's. Oh, that, and you're holding it.
Red candles raining. Still standing tall. Roll it, spark it, ape it, hold it. What's the rent money get properly folded?
We get high.
We get high. Proper skip, but we get leverage looking tasty, so I double down heavy. Now my
Oh, that's a perfect little area to look for.
like a certified mug. You absolute melt.
Still telling everyone this is how you get the bag.
Girlfriend left a note saying I can't do this no more. I replied with a voice note.
Babe, just look at the score.
We still up though.
It is currently.
Generational wealth.
So we had this big drop in October, and we go back to the next little high right there.
We do it again.
And that's where I'm taking a lot of my measurements from that dip in October. Not going with the peaks, but where we came down, because that's the new high before we drop down lower. And it went up here, but now we're down here. So it did get rejected. Couldn't hold the 618. Getting a little bit of a pullback right there, right?
Yeah. Light it up. We get
Coming out of the 4 hour. So she went parabolic, and she may still be trying to go that way, maybe. Hard to imagine, but it maybe. Hasn't really left the curve just yet. Can you do it? Have you done too much?
Alright, bro.
That was a good. Okay, so you need this pullback.
No. New day. Another morning after.
And it's above the 618. It reclaimed it. It didn't get a nice solid pullback to the fibs, so I can't get you set up for a 1-to-1. I mean, we can, but the probabilities are not as strong as if it really aligned to that. And the measure moves kind of can be a little skewed.
I said, yeah, I'm calm while deleting my love.
That's where I'm normally trying
Alright, fair. Don't ape yourself.
to look. I'll just go ahead and put the normal ones up here.
You need to hold it down, lad. Put the phone back on the shelf. Don't ape yourself. That's all done. Don't ape yourself. You're proper mugging yourself. Stop.
And then on the locals, just in case we, there we go, we got that. This is 618, right? We'll put this one over here too. We'll get some kind of little catch here. I would expect to get some little catch. Let me put it that way. I'm not trying to use absolutes. I'm trying to, I would expect to get some kind of little catch there. All right, I'm not going to look for anything that's not worth. There's 618 is one of the better ones to look for, but honestly, there'd be like a nice little tape profit, short term, little lower high area right there. 10016. All right, so from where we are now, if we do, now the 9 is closing in on the 21. If it crosses, we're dumping and probably coming back down through here, and we lost our parabola, and that little spike top there was probably it. We don't want that to happen. It doesn't have to happen. We're curving. We haven't broken a trend line yet. That's good. So there's a possibility, but there is some downward pressure. You can tell that with the wicks and the moving average is coming down. So I'm hoping if we can get past the 9, that we can get up here. If so, oh man, what happened there? Okay. I'm just trying to get the long tool. That's what she said. Oh, shut up, Sean. You said you didn't have it. Shut up, Sean. That's a 2-to-1. Nah. Depends on where you put your stop loss as to what risk reward ratio you get. But if you're trying to be a conservative player over here and not get stopped out and play by the rules that we usually go to, and if they don't come down here and wipe you out and take that away, you'd be looking about a 2-to-1 to that first target. But if it goes up to the higher targets, if it continues its bullish nature, which it could, but I don't see it being as strong as what we had here, but maybe it will get a higher high. Could be looking at a 5-to-1. Now that's better. Is it worth it? Go ahead, do it. Maybe. Coming down to the 1 hour right now. I like that. Let's look at our indicators for some divergence. No, let's go back to the 4 hour. Check out. The signal is not there yet, but it may be coming. I like that on the 4 hour. Money flow's coming up. Yeah. Maybe we'll get a nice little pump out of altcoins this weekend. I find myself saying that a lot on the weekend. Sometimes we do, and a lot of times it's just like, well, I don't even waste my breath saying that. But maybe the only thing that I've got that I can't really see good is that 9 moving average. Do you see the attack of that angle there? That's a steep attack. That has a good chance of not doing a U-turn. That has a good chance of crossing over, and if it crosses over, then upside no happen is not likely to happen. So that's my concern over here. But when I come down to the smaller time frames, it's just resistance here. That's all, just a little resistance. So if like the 1 hour, the 9 crosses the 21, I'd feel better. Until then, you might just be flip-flopping around. So I would expect us to probably come back and touch that 9 moving average as or before or after it crosses. I would expect it to come down just a hair, right? We're talking fractions of a penny over here. I see a possibility because we do have a nice, and we haven't broken a trend line, so I think it has possibility. It looks better on some of the smaller time frames than it does on the bigger ones. So I think there's a possibility there. I would take the trade setup with proper risk management. All right, 18 people hanging out with the turkey. You're 15-minute, though. You're still bearish. See, we got all this little fun stuff to do, but so someone more conservative might wait for it to get past the 200 moving average. I'm just saying. So be careful this weekend as we're going into the weekend, which is normally low liquidity. And any pumps that we do get on the weekend, can you trust it? You typically cannot, okay? So I would take profit when we get it this weekend if we do get a pump in altcoins, because that's usually what works out best, right? Because come Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, one of those 3 dumpy dump days, fake out days, however they want to play it, we usually give back up our weekend gains or anything, right? We're like, damn, how they keep getting me? Well, it entices on the weekends a lot of times, or dump us on the weekends, and play, they play the games. All right, so be careful, everybody, this weekend, and we'll come back tomorrow, and maybe we'll be in better spirits and not just. I think the price action and just a lot of stuff is just got us all feeling a little bit bearish right now, right? But it's still good. I want to come back to Bitcoin as it's still dropping to the low. Did you get? Oh, Snapdragons! Look at that! Called it! Woo! Nailed it! Ah! This is what we do! Ah! Who did this trade with me? Who did this trade with me? You earned the money! Ah! Ah! Cool. Sorry, I just had to get that YouTube guru stuff out of my system there. We still got bearish crosses over here, people. I still think we might be coming up to come right back down. We got to bounce. How did it do? Did you hit? Wait a minute. Why am I still in the trade though? I meant to put a take profit down there. That's what I meant to do. Is put my take profit down there at 59,400. All right.
Weeks ago, said I smell like skunk and regret. She wasn't wrong, mate. I said, babe, I'm building empires. You just don't get it yet. Now I'm in my mom's house.
Stop loss is not staying. Wait a minute. Where's my entry? Why is my entry down here?
10 p.m.
What the hell? I could have sworn we put stop. Okay, well, stop loss is coming clearly right there to my entry, and damn it. Yep. My only hope is if we do come down lower and touch this guy, but that's not what I'm really hoping for. I missed my take profit on that. I was not paying attention. My bad. It does look like we could maybe come back down and probably double bottom over here. It's an 886 Fibonacci, right? That I did. But nailed it. That's been my problem. Even the things that work out for me, I'm like my short to last night that I woke up thinking, oh hell, I'm in profit. That was awesome entry, and every damn one of them were stopped out. That's been my day today. I think that's having some emotional toll on me today. All right, guys. So tomorrow, hopefully we'll come back refreshed and see what the hell's going on. But Elliott, you got anything that you want to throw in while we're over here, Elliott? Positive, negative? Negative, positive? I don't want to hear what the Ichimoku Cloud says. She's just been bearish as hell the whole time. Elliott has nothing to say. He's got nothing to say over here. He's keeping quiet. He's taking the 5th of liquor and trading it for crack. I'm pretty sure that's why our liquor cabinet is not stocked, and I smell plastic in the bathroom all the time. All right, so crazy stuff, lots of resistance up ahead. This guy is just in the middle of nowhere. He's not a real trend line, but you do have this. Has it come to dismay? Lost the girl, lost the flat, still refreshing the screen. Just looking at possible resistance areas over here. Yeah, you said yeah. Oh, you'll piss me off if you come back over there from this bottom. That pisses me off. Stop doing it. I'm about to get stopped out on my trade. I didn't get no damn profit. Unless it rolls over, I'm getting stopped out at break even over here. Feel like I just wasted all that for nothing. This whole day has felt like I just in for nothing. All right, thanks for hanging out, everybody. I'm going to the end screen, catch up with the chat and everything over there. Crack is back, says Ave. All right. See you on the end screen. Thanks for hanging out. I gotta go find some music over here.
I became a fart coin philosopher at 3:33 a.m. Staring at the ceiling fan like it held the wisdom of all men. It drops silent but deadly, just like my leverage trades. 1 minute I'm a genius, next minute, yeah! Fresh wallet, fresh delusion.
Let's burn it all. Let's burn it all. I saw a green candle at 2:47 a.m. My brain said this is the one, like a dumb infomercial scam. Click market, buy with rent money. I definitely need it. Now I'm eating cereal with water while my portfolio's bleeding. Posted, this is financial advice with 7 rocket emojis. Got 400 likes from kids who still live with their mommy. Send it, then regret it. Send it, then forget it. All in on a mean that my homie just chilled. Now I'm stressed, eating ramen on a blood pressure pill. Send it, send it. I'm a genius on the way up, a clown on the way down, but I'll send it again when the next coin it comes around. Tell my girl this the last one while I'm wiring my yeah. This one's for the DJs. I was gonna produce this song sober, but then I got high. I was gonna let that stop loss take the L for me, yeah. But then I got high. I can sell it at the SC and it was tagging. But then I got high. Oh no. Now I'm bag holding the coin from 2021. And I know why. Cause I got high. Cause I got high. Cause I got high.
We need a long or short? That's what we're all trying to figure out, my man.
Yeah, man.
We're right back here. Right now, retesting for the second time. If you could look at it this way as your higher low as the retest of this white line. That white line is the very bottom that we had over here. Oh, and not even perfect. Are we on it right now? Wait a minute. I thought I had you perfect. I do not. But we are testing it right now. We're testing that wick for the second time today. So either we'll find out soon if we're going to hold it or not. We're testing it right now. This guy right here has been that's been mean mugging me all day. There's a little bit of curve here when I'm on the 1 hour, but it's still not what I'm looking for. So we are seriously right now, as I'm leaving the stream, we are at a critical place. We are still below the low that we had back in February now for the, second time today. This one here, right? You didn't do it any. Yeah. And it's either going to make a higher low here at this 886, and then we're going to slowly try to maybe work our way back over here. Or we're getting ready to lose our ass and drop down lower to hopefully this $58,000 area. That could happen tonight too. And I don't know what to tell you. We're at a great place for it to bounce. We have to come down to the 1 minute and see if it's ready to do it. And it's like, I was thinking about it, but then I said, you know what? I want to make you suffer. And I'm like, well, you're just a little cranky bitch right here. And then we get into arguments and stuff. We lost to 50 again. It's not very promising that we're going to hold this level, if I'm being honest, that I can see. So I got a major trend line from the weekly and monthly. Are you touching it? That's my biggest thing. And on this particular chart, I don't even have it dialed in that tight, right? But I take it to my bodies where I normally have you. I believe you were testing this little sucker right now, right? Or attempting to break below it as we speak, right? And I don't like that. I don't want to lose that trend line. And this is it to the bodies. There's a little bit of wiggle room for the wicks, but losing that trend line, we close a candle below this guy. Then maybe everybody gets their wish where we end up down here at that deep 786 or worse an 886 retracement, because it can spell it out. We can make an argument for it at 38,000. But there would be so much pain on the way down there, not just in altcoins. The sentiment will be really low if we get down there. I mean, we normally, when it comes to the weekly 200 moving average, it's not near 786 like it has been over here and other places. That's quite a bit below the 200 moving average. If we fall that below, that far, but we've never fell that low below a 200 weekly moving average. It's very important to me for the 200 moving average to hold. We can play around with it over the weekend and maybe in the beginning of the week. But if we go too far below that 200 moving average, it's starting to look not scary, but something serious to me. 38,000. I don't see that as a good thing. I really don't. I see that as a total capitulation, or maybe something bad happened at the moment. Maybe that'll change. Maybe that's just my feelings for the day, but I don't want to see this trend line break. I mean, think about how we're feeling right now. All right. What's your hopes of getting back up to 100,000 right now as we speak? How long do you think it'll take to get back up to 100,000 from where we are now? All right. Now think about if we go to 38,000, how long would it take us to get back to 100,000 then? Because you think your institutions will be under. And if they're underwater, they're probably going to not really think that. If they get hosed like retail got hosed over the past cycles, they're probably going to start having doubts about things too. If Michael Saylor unwinds and something happens there and we get pushed down to 26,000 or worse, I mean, I would rather not take chances to be down here. This is, to me, at this cycle, to go down that deep this cycle and not climb up the ladder, the Fibonacci, as the cycles progress. Listen, we climbed up from hitting 886 to last cycle hitting 786. This cycle, we need to hit the 618. And I've made 9 arguments why there's a good chance that we can hold 58. And I hope to God that it does, because beyond that, I don't really have much faith until I see a confirmation of that we definitely hit bottom and we're coming out of it. So I would go majorly bearish if we break that trend line. That's just all I can say. So I hope that we don't. And we got some signs that we may not. We're not seeing it over here on the weekly, like we're on the smaller time frames. They're trying to drive us down. But on the smaller time frames, that indicator trying to, except for the 3 minute. Now you're starting to do something. Nice. Are we getting some traction? 1 minute, are you getting traction? We need this to hold. We need this line. This is the trend line. That's the trend line right there. I do not want to break that whatsoever. So I'm kind of a little bit nervous right now, to be honest with you. So this could be one of the best buy times. And actually, I kind of like it. Because I can put my stop. Oh gosh, did I screw that up? And put my stop loss below the trend line, because that invalidates my uppiness. So I can put a stop loss to a few $100s below that. That's my invalidation point. You come down and go below my trend line again, and it probably could wick down just to be mean. You know how they like to do sometimes, right? But yeah. This is one of the trickiest places that I can remember looking at it. Good thing that we found some support there. I hope it holds. It's a stretch. A little bit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me come over to the chat again. Mohammed says, you feel screwed holding Mondo from $500 profit to negative 500. Any hope? No money to DCA and no TA experience. Well, you're at a great time to learn TA, and I do teach freely. I don't charge to teach things, and I like people to teach to. So you're at a good time to learn TA. But yeah, that comes from not taking profits when we know that we should, and we're all guilty of it. It's a common theme in crypto because our greed gets to us and our confidence and egos get to us when things are going good. And we always look at that wallet thinking it can go up a little bit more, or it should go up a little bit more, and then we get stuck, right? Or be hopeful with the support. I mean, we get caught up, right? It happens. And you not knowing TA or not having TA experience tells me you probably haven't been here long enough to get to see all that stuff as much. And it'd be easier to get caught up in it, right? So, I mean, it's perfectly normal. No money to DCA. That's common with not being able to take profits when we need to, and I suffer from that too. And what else is that sometimes I'll take those profits and I'll put them back in there to a coin too early, and then I can get in that same situation. And so I'm just trying to slowly involving myself to where that's not as big of an issue, and forcing myself into a habit of taking profits. But it sometimes taking profits is the hardest damn thing to do here. But we'll take a look at Ondo, see how it's doing. The problem with Ondo, and I don't know if you saw me earlier in the stream, but this is one of my biggest complaints, right? Not just Ondo, but a lot of things. Take a look at Ondo. Take a look at how many coins it has. 10 billion. 10 billion. And all of that will keep slowly being leaked out. And so, are you gonna here, see how Ondo did over here? Actually tracked better than I expected. Oh my God! You're not gonna hold it, are you? Can you still keep it? All right. But the market cap is, it's a little far off from the price over here. Price value, in my personal opinion. Price is lower than. It's got a $1.5 billion market cap across all these tokens. It makes it slow to move. It's just going to. Its fully diluted market cap is double what it is right now. And for it to get back up to around $1, it's going to be so much harder for it this next time. And every month as they unleash tokens, it's going to make it that much harder to get back to its all-time high. So it probably will not. Because that's exactly what we've seen after the last couple of cycles on these other altcoins. The ones that survive, I don't know if very few of them reached a new all-time high. And if they did, they had a lot less token supply, and I mean things like Zcash. I think that one made it, but it's got fewer coins than Bitcoin does, right? So the number of maximum supply that it has and how that's allocated and everything, that has a big impact on it. That's one of my biggest complaints about Ondo, Cardano, anything that gets 10 billion coins or more. Hell, there's some in the trillions. At some point that catches up and it just gums up the whole system, and it just makes it hard to see them get those returns. It takes a lot to move it after a while. It gets saturated with the market cap, but the price is still where just, a year earlier at that same market cap, it would probably be twice the price. That's what you find it. And yeah, well, get ready, because it looks like it's coming down at least about 30 cents there. And at some point, I would expect it to come either right above here, about 28, 29 cents, or maybe even just double bottom right where it was down here. We're probably going to come back down here before we get up and get into the expansion phase. The first part of the double bottoms, the rounded bottoms and stuff, is the contraction. This one went flat, but it's still contracted. It got the little harmonic butt crack. These usually come back around to 886 or all the way back to square one, reaccumulate, and then at some point during the markup phase, after Bitcoin bottoms and starts going into markup phase, altcoins start taking off a little bit, and then we start expanding. So it means you might be holding on to this for a while, and you just have to kind of wait it out if you believe in this project, unfortunately. Wow, you are 31 cents. A lot of people, you see this as head and shoulders. I don't see it as that, but we can still get the same effect. We can still get the same effect coming down. So I'm sorry you're going through all that, but you're normal. You're normal. It's part of the learning curve. And at least you're not paying $90 a month and still going through that. You know, at least you got a situation like that. My non-turkey powered log charts say 32 for Solana. Can't be right. If Bitcoin falls down to 38, hell, you might see Solana back at $8 again. Who knows? Ondo looks fine to me. You think? 4 hour? After losing this level, you think it looks okay? I mean, I hope. I just see trend lines that were lost and retested, like this one right here. This was the one, right? And even went back up there. I expect a bearish retest. It got a bearish retest here, and then did a little slam down. Thank you, ma'am. Flushing people out. And there's nothing. We got no trend line formed yet. We don't know. We don't know yet. That's the last bit of information we got. And if you follow measure moves, this is the most conservative measure move I can give you for this idea. Ah, crap. The most conservative measure move I can give you for that would just be take this and put it at the... Will you work with me, please? I swear, I think I'm going to have to buy a new mouse. And that takes us all the way back down to those areas I was talking about. Really nicely. So we might actually bottom trend line idea, bottom channel. We're back in the channel. We're back in your channel. It's got a good chance to come to the bottom of the channel. You got measure move confirmations. Death cross here, 50 crossing the 200. It may take it a minute, but at some point over the summer, I'm pretty sure we will probably see this area about 26 get hit. And summer for crypto and even stocks is just, it's a good reason why there's a sell in May, walk away. And they sell in May and then they come back usually in October, the Halloween effect. That's the counter to the sell in May. Come back in October. Ask Haven. I don't know, Haven's in here, but he did that in 2024, and that was perfect. He pulled it off perfect. I was sitting there all summer. I mean, he's gone. We didn't see him back into this on the stream until he came back, I think, in October, November. And I was like, dude, you're the smartest one in the group right there. You pulled that off right. He sold in May, and he walked away. And that was the smart choice in 2024. It's above 29. What are my top 5 alts? I'm trying to figure that out right now. It's kind of hard to make that call in a bear market because the ones that performed well doesn't necessarily perform well next cycle. Great example is Matic Polygon. It was the pick to be the strong runner for this last cycle. It did jack squat. So I'm trying, but I'm looking. I'm leaning in on Solana. I think that make sure your layer ones, your strongest layer ones. Those are always the first things to move. If we got to go back to the chart room. We gotta go back to the chart. All right. I don't know if you can screenshot this, but this might be help. I want to throw up some things that might help you out. Okay. Let me get Jenny. Can you take a break, Jenny? Jenny, can you take a break? If you're Mom, I think you're new. I want you to take screenshots of this. This might help you as far as you're learning TA and stuff. Jenny, can you get? Jenny's being a distraction over here. Sean. No, don't get Sean. Oh, shoot. Sean, don't molest her. All right. Breakouts. When you combine your trend lines, these are the most common patterns that you get and their percentages to break up or down. All right. You can screenshot that. That's very helpful. Don't worry about the little head and shouldery thing. I mean, when you're watching other people, a lot of people put them in the wrong places and use them wrong and stuff. I'm just saying. like this idea over here, a lot of people say, look, it's a shoulder. It's not really a shoulder, head, and shoulder, but I mean, you can get the same effect. But you're taking your trend lines, and this was the original trend line, right? We're making a triangle, symmetrical triangle, right? Symmetrical triangle over here. They got a 60% chance to break up, according to Thomas Bukowski, but I'm going to tell you, I never trust the little bastards. That's one, but as long as you got 2 touches on one side, 3 on the other, you got a valid trend line. The other thing that you got is basically about what we got through here, right? This channel idea that we're retesting, and that one makes more like a descending triangle, right? But the big thing is you got the lower highs here, and you breach the line, and then that's when these patterns become invalidated. It comes to the downside. I've not got the best examples over here to show you, but do you take a picture of that? But okay, a volume cheat sheet. All this stuff should be in our trading group over here. Why did I come over here to show you? I came over here specifically to show you something. It was on one of these buttons, and I don't think it was that. Was it the triangle? I didn't come over for the triangles. Muhammad says, damn, V-Chain's dead as well. I've got a big bag of V-Chain. How is V-Chain doing? That was one that I stalked away. I thought it would do better this side. Ooh, wow, you did. You died. Well, that's not a huge bag anymore, is it? Damn. That's how the real ones run. How far did this go back? All right, so V-Chain, I've still got this staking. I put this one in staking when I accumulated it back over here. And I don't even think I've ever collected my rewards from it. It's on a weird ass wallet on my computer somewhere. I need to go check on that. I hope this one's not dead. Another, what, V-Chain? Again. Check out how many tokens it's got. 82 billion. 82 billion tokens. It was one that I thought was going to be a winner this cycle. It wasn't. It never got up high enough to be worth me taking out of staking, so I just left it in there and then eventually forgot about it. But at one time, it was worth $5,000. Not now. I'm afraid to see what it's worth right now. Okay. So it had a $6 billion market cap in 2024, and now we got a 389. Did they give up on? What's going on with it? It's not about empty promises, though. It's about delivering real tangible impact. We've had some great impact, haven't we? The future is sustainability, because this is a very sustainable price action, and I'm here to take it to the next level. Well, Mr. UFC, I think you failed. I don't think the UFC or Walmart or Bitco or anything, but it's got a nice narrative, right? It's supposed to be supply chain and tracking and things like that. Maybe it's too early, or maybe it's too dead. I don't know, man, but that's one I'm in. Somewhere, I think. I didn't go check, make sure my wallet hadn't been hacked. Hell, I haven't looked at the damn thing in probably 3 years. It didn't really give me much of a reason to get too excited. It didn't. And when it did, I wasn't thinking about it. I was worried about it. All the other positions I was watching. All right. Maybe if I come back over to the lounge, I'll remember what it was. There was something I was going to show you, but I forgot to do it. But hang around. If you got any questions and everything, I'll help point you in the right direction. I can tell you this right now. If you're interested in learning TA and you like patterns, you can't get better than Thomas Bukowski, thepatternSite.com, or any of his books. But it's a free site, and you can go there and get a complete education for free. All right. You have to put in the work to get the education if you want it. And hang out here at the channel, or if you find some other YouTubers that are respectable, there's some that are out there. If they're selling you a training group and pushing a 90, then be careful. If they're selling you something, then well, and they talk a lot about it, and they probably got rich from doing it. That's where their real heart is, right? But there's a lot of us out here that will teach you for free. All right. And you just got to hang out and listen to what we're saying, and you will absorb it over time. You have your aha moments as it comes. But support resistance, that's your first thing. Trend lines, and then maybe a nice little indicator. RSI is good. Moving averages are awesome. I got a 5 moving average strategy. And I think Damien uses it in a similar way, if I'm not mistaken. He would be a good one to follow for that. I think we use similar but some different moving. I don't know if we use the same ones, but there's a method to the multiple moving averages and use them. That's a good strategy to learn. But hang out. It will happen near the best time to learn it. Let me go back to the end screen, and maybe my forgotten thought will come back to me. I think I heard this song before.
I was gonna produce this song sober, but then I got.
Wow, nice Ondo pump. This is my exit. Bitcoin moving up. That's why it helps. Did it move up a little bit? Is it moving up? Did we thank God. Thank God. Yes. I'm feeling better about Bitcoin now. So we're respecting my trend line. It's respecting the trend line so far. And that makes me feel better. Now I can't find my damn trend line because I'm on the 3 minute. Good. So where are we in relation to? Oh no, we're still at my trend line though. We're still there. We're not in the clear just yet. Not in the clear just yet. Still testing it. It looks like. I hope we make a cut. So what I want to see with Bitcoin is to take out this high at 62 and hopefully hold it. High or low. We need to take out this higher high and then make another higher low again, and then that's one. Now, I was saying earlier that we were looking for the higher low from this one, and that's one of the best places to get in, right? We may have just had it, right? When we came in, we had a lower low. I was like, we need to take this. We already took this guy out, and that's one of the strategies. The next higher low worth getting in on. Manage your risk, and cool. That's the only one I got open over here. I'm going to add to this little guy. I like that. All right, on my tiny little account over here. All right. Hopefully tomorrow will be a better day. That's good, man. I'm feeling better about that. Hopefully the trend line. I still got to get above my trend line, but I see we hit some other areas. The white line here was the low from February. Also corresponds to the tops that we had last cycle, right? It would be awesome if this area holds, at least for a while, even if we do end up coming back here over the summer or something like that. Right now, I need this to hold, or just cross our fingers. Take this guy out, see if we can turn this thing around. On a Friday, going into the Saturday. Just hoping the bottom is big for. Yeah, I'd be happy if the bottom is in just for local, just for the month or whatever. But I do not want to see us break that. I really don't want to see us break this area or too far below that. And if we do, I want it to be quick and back above our trend line. But now we've got a good chance to do it this weekend and get it over with. Because as time goes by, that trend line keeps going up, and that means it's going to be a bigger drop. And then we do lose a trend line. I don't want to see that either. I would rather go ahead and do it now and then to come back and do it 2 or 3 months from now. I don't know if we're going to bounce back as easy. See, that was a good one, Kinga. That was a good one. All right. All right, guys. Well, we've been another 3-hour stream. That's crazy. Was it? I can't keep doing this. This is killing me. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out. See you on the next one. Jesus.